All right, let's go next with the person who keeps casting invisibility, Zagrax.
I'm Zach or we're in chat playing Zagrax and apparently having camera troubles because reasons.
All right, up next we
Happens.
have Vulwin.
Hi, I guess I am Ethan, or Chaos Gemini in chat, and I'm playing Vulwin Agar, the Firbolg Ranger, and sometimes taking Warbird's spot in on the stream there.
All right, Irilyssa.
Hi, I am Rard, aka Evil by Moonlight in chat, and I am playing Irilyssa, the Twilight Cleric.
And traditionally, I play Tahko, Mood Killer. And I am Highwind. And I'll pass the existence of being Mordred back over to Mordred. How you doing, Mordred?
Oh, and I'm back in being Mordred. Fantastic. Hi, I'm Mordred. I'm the one throwing people into ice lakes and rivers and stuff.
I did that myself, thank you.
Yeah, they did that themselves.
And
You
on
did.
that note, would somebody like to give us a recap of what occurred last week?
We tried to ford the river and failed.
Yeah.
We
It
succeeded.
was made of ice. It was made of
Well,
ice. It was a simple task.
That's yeah.
That's some ominous music.
Well, we got Irilyssa a deal for some armor, and then we decided to go try to take care of the problems in East Haven, and then we fell. Well, Zagrax and Tahko fell into a river, and that was the entire session, getting them out of the river.
Well, I fell into the river. Zagrax just dived right in.
And now we are. We found a hovel of some sort, and we're trying to get everybody dry. That's where we
Yeah.
left off.
Yeah, I think we succeeded.
Yeah.
That wasn't the difficult part.
Alright, just getting everything loaded up again. And cool. And Tripsusagi just gifted a sub to Arkmill. Arkmill, congrats. Welcome to the... We need a name for our community, I just realised that. I was about to say Maudlings, but these aren't technically the Maudlings anymore.
The Digi-Dragons.
We'll
I
have
don't
to
know.
we'll have
the
to think of
kobolds.
some fun names.
The kobold!
Yes.
I'm
The
in.
digital kobolds.
I like that a lot, actually.
Oh, that's so gonna stick. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
We are the killers.
Yeah, if you can give us nicknames, we can give you nicknames. So this is how this works. Can't unsub if you keep getting gift subbed.
Perfect.
Okay, I think I think we're all recapped though. Not much else happened. Oh, there was we talked to the speaker and there's a bag of direbolt.
That's right.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you spoke to several fairly important NPCs
We
in
did.
East Haven.
Yeah, and
I got to pet a dog!
yeah, Irilyssa got to pet a dog.
That's what we
Very
call
big
that.
dog. Yeah.
I got to
Yep.
walk
Yeah.
through a guy terrifying himself with that big dog. It was fun.
Yeah, dire doggo.
Here's how you use it.
All right, so to bring us back in, you are currently on the shores of Lackdanshire, either going in search of the fishermen and the cause of their disappearances, or possibly going in search of the cackling dogs out somewhere to the east. It is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment. You are currently drying off in a shelter that you were led to by some kind of lantern leading the way ahead of you. And yeah, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. I'm going to say that you've dried off pretty much as well as you're going to dry off while still out on the tundra. What would you like to do?
Well, there's an overlap there that, we may as well wander over there and see what gets to us first.
That's not how
Do
that
what we
works.
find first.
Yeah, I think we were heading towards the farmhouses in the farmland though, because we were considering Trying to find anybody who is still left alive out here and doing something, because we figured they would be the next target. I know the water's a bit far away, and I think we probably don't want to go near water after just having this experience.
No, not.
That's still water on me. I'm good.
Yeah, true.
You're one with the water, but please
Yeah.
don't.
Let me just sort out
So,
the
yep,
sound
we'll just-
effects because I'm not hearing them properly.
We'll just keep heading east.
Yeah, I think so long as you guys are okay, then yeah,
Yeah.
we can head east.
Always
Okay.
to the east.
And I think that Zagrax and Tahko are okay. Them
Yeah.
with their lucky cold resistance.
Yep. That really helps.
Okay, so you pack up your camp and you strike out eastwards again. Do you want to draw me? Actually, you basically already have, haven't
I
you?
think
That
we
purple
still
line.
have a line, yeah.
So you're probably off the line a little bit because you ventured a bit further north to find this campsite, but it's easy enough to just strike out what you imagine to be east again, if you so wish. Vulwin, you do notice that the snowfall, which has already been fairly moderate, does seem to be intensifying, and the sky is darkening as more cloud starts to move overhead.
Yeah, we're gonna be lucky if we can find some farmland. Weather's getting worse. Should expect some snow coming. And probably a good chunk of it. So if we find something, we should probably just hold up.
All right.
Okay. It's still safe to move forward? For now?
Well, I'd rather not move backwards after what we experienced.
Oh, that's true. Fair enough.
Okay, so whoever is leading the way, could you give me a survival check? And whoever is doing the scooting a boot, perception.
All right,
Scooter boot.
18
And
for
I'll
survival.
have option.
Okay, so I'm hearing myself echoing from time to time.
Yeah.
I'm
I
hearing
don't
that
know.
too, a little bit.
I'm just going to talk loudly and see who flashes up. Hello? Oh, no, it's gone. No, it's
Oh,
Irilyssa.
it's true. Yeah.
Irilyssa.
Hmm.
But you've got
Yeah.
headphones on.
Yeah, make sure
Yeah.
you actually have your headphones selected for your mic and sound machine thing.
Computers, how do they work?
Words fail me.
The sound machine thing, yes, that thing. That seems to display maps from time to time.
Yeah, the map machine for noises.
With sounds, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
think of the noise.
you head out into the tundra. There is a bit of an upward slope as you start to move away from Lackdinishire itself and moving towards the actually relatively flat expanse of the tundra ahead, which Tahko, Zagrax and Vulwin probably know that there were several farming communities out here. This is one of the more fertile, prosperous areas for actual agriculture in the region. And it isn't too long before you do come across some kind of structure.
What kind?
I don't know. They're like you're still very much like on the outskirts. You do see that there seems to be some kind of two wooden buildings, kind of built in an L shape from each other.
All right,
Okay.
all right. Yeah, looks like there's some kind of structure over that way. Maybe we want to check it out.
All right.
What do you think?
Sure. It's better than snow. That's
Yeah,
our only
either we'll
other option.
find either we'll find dead farmers or alive farmers.
Or no farmers.
Probably not. Well, that's not really finding anything.
Okay.
We'll say it's about 5 p.m. now. That was about 4 hours travel, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Even longer for just our time outside. I don't think we traveled that long.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
forget just how slowly you actually move across the tundra in this.
Yeah,
We got
well,
snow
yeah.
boots.
You do.
We spent more time underwater and like above water than traveling. It feels like.
Well,
Spend the rest of our time above water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Life goals. I guess we'll head toward the structures, and we're gonna go examine and see what's going on.
Okay, as you approach, it does seem to be pretty quiet. You do hear the odd clatter as some kind of wooden device smacks against another wooden thing. You imagine it's probably just a door slamming against its frame or a window shutter or something like that. Idly in the otherwise quietness of the evening.
Yeah, place might be ransacked. We should take a look anyways. Maybe we'll find something.
Okay, but be careful.
Well, I mean, you're coming with all of you.
Okay.
I'm not going to be careful.
He looks at you like, you really don't think I was just gonna go there alone, right?
Well, I mean, the be careful is more for the louder people. She
Yeah.
just smiles.
Okay, so who's doing what as you approach these buildings?
We are walking.
Yeah. I don't think I'm taking any like precautions to try to sneak up on this this area here. At least I'm just approaching it.
Okay, so it does seem to be a barn. It seems to be somewhat dilapidated. Part of the roof has fallen in. It looks like it was thatched roof at some point, and through either bad maintenance or other damage, it's fallen through. The farmhouse itself seems to be in slightly better nick, although most of the windows and shutters are open, and the odd clatter you hear every now and then is the large gate from the barn itself opening and shutting.
All right, so there's a barn and a house, and the barn has a caved-in roof, and the house has all the windows open?
Yeah.
Oh, great. All right.
I was gonna ask if we see anybody, but Zagrax ain't gonna see nothing, so.
Well, roll me a perception check, Zagrax. You're the first
Oh,
one that said,
Zagrax.
"What do I see?"
I really like the moment you said that. Your camera disappeared. Can't see anyone.
Can't see me either.
3.
You're not really sure what the others are on about. You don't see any buildings, you just see some bits of wood.
Perfect.
I'm going to check inside.
Okay. Give me a perception
Yeah.
check as well, Tahko.
All right.
Yeah, the house might be better to stay at than the barn. The whole thing's caved in, it looks like.
15.
Okay, so Tahko, you give it a bit of a closer inspection than Zagrax does. And it definitely looks like this place hasn't been occupied for a while. By which I mean probably 2 to 3 weeks. Possibly long, maybe a month. And the windows and everything are open, either because they were left open or because they were just opened when, like, bad weather rolled through and nobody ever shut them. There is a pretty hefty covering of snow inside the farmhouse itself. Several of the wardrobes, the cupboards and things like that are open, and it looks pretty thoroughly ransacked.
Okay. Is there enough here where we could, if we close everything and board it up, is there at least like a hearth we can fire up and get some warm in here?
Yeah, there is actually a fairly decent stockpile of wood in the wood shelter. So yes, if you close things up and like just pushed out some of the snow, you'd be relatively comfortable here, you imagine.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and start on with that.
Okay.
Yeah, what time of the day is it right now?
It's about 5 o'clock
Roughly?
in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we probably shouldn't stray too far from here. The night's gonna get dark again, and well, maybe we'll have some visitors.
Yeah, maybe. All right, I'll do what I can. To help.
We should go take a look at the barn here too.
Go for it.
And
I'm pretty
Vulwin will
Okay.
head out that way to go take a look at the barn.
Okay.
Zagrax will follow Vulwin as well. Not that it would be much help.
Yeah, I realize if you're like checking areas, it should probably be investigation as opposed to perception. Perception is kind of just casual looking around. So what are you doing? Are you like in-depth investigating what's there, or are you just kind of having a cursory look?
I'd like to go to the barn, enter the barn, and take a look at like any sorts of like damages that have been wrought on it. See if I guess I am investigating like the state of how it is. If I can see anything like there's been tussles, scuffles, like blood, that kind of stuff. So it's investigation. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that would definitely be investigation. It probably should have been for Tahko as well. Thinking about it, but yeah, okay. Investigate
17.
me. So the barn looks to be in slightly worse wear than the farm did. You see that several of the animal stalls have actually been busted open, the fences smashed apart. You do notice that the damage seems to be from the outside in, so it's not the animal breaking out, it's something breaking in to those stalls. And in one of them, you do find some pretty heavily decayed, like, puddle of blood under some of the snow.
Well, that's to be expected. Vulwin turns to Zagrax while talking about this. Place has been ransacked. Something busted it, and if there's any livestock here, it's gone now.
Seems to at least follow what people have been saying with something coming at him, whether it be Jarard or something else.
Yeah, maybe if we're lucky, it's something like Tahko's sister. That if we're not, then it's something else like the trustful wolves at the ice cave. The one everybody wanted to trust for no good reason at all.
I did definitely learn a lesson on that one. But yeah, hopefully whatever it is not out getting anybody else.
Probably is. Better them than us. And he walks back out, kind of like puts his hand on your shoulder as he walks past.
Yeah. Sometimes it is better if it's us than them.
And he'll follow with.
Okay, so you head back into the farmhouse, and I was going to say that the rest of the party have spent the time closing up the shutters, sweeping out some of the snow. You've checked the larders, and there's no sign of food. There are no stores or anything here, but you do find that there's like clothing in the wardrobes. So valuables, and you actually find. In fact, Tahko, give me an investigation check. Let's see exactly what you find here.
All right. Nothing.
You find.
I'm not really looking for stuff, but yeah, I might find it anyway.
You find a nice but faded pink skirt.
I don't think it'll fit me.
You can alter it.
Elora, you with this?
No, that's not exactly practical for our current situation.
An icy wasteland? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I disagree. Toss it on the fire.
Yeah, I
No, it's
suppose
still-
that's a better use of it.
It's still nice. I mean, if we do our job right, it won't always be an icy wasteland.
True.
Yeah. Bard's looking pretty torn up, by the way. It was definitely ransacked. Whatever came here just busted it open, and if there was any livestock left, they're dead. They're gone now.
That's comforting. Okay.
No surprise.
Is there like a hearth or anything to make a
Yeah, there is.
a
So
fire?
the farmhouse is pretty Spartan. It's basically a kitchen living area and then a single bedroom with what looks to have been a king-size type bed with a smaller cot. Not a cot, but a smaller bed at the foot of it. Very, very rough. The floors are made out of earth. The quality of the furniture is very rough hewn. Some of it probably made by the inhabitants themselves. But there is a hearth in the main chamber. There's also a smaller hearth in the sleeping quarters, because during the coldest parts of the winter, they probably would have a fire in the sleeping area as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
true. Okay.
So you spend some time building the fire up, making yourselves a little bit more comfortable, and then I assume you're staying here for the evening or for the night.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah. Vulwin's actually be hey, duty if you have any kind of supplies, maybe we can set up some kind of traps, just in case.
Perhaps.
No,
Yeah.
I lost my bear trap ages ago.
Yeah, we're at a farmhouse out in the middle of the tundra at a place we know that these creatures ransack and attack, so maybe it would be a good idea if we had something.
I have.
But if we don't, that's okay too.
Elora's like digging in her bag. She's like, I have pythons. She's like, I don't think I have anything.
Well, we could just barricade the doors. That way we'd all be awake before they reach us. Except for Zagrax, who would probably sleep through it.
Such a good
yeah.
watchman.
Other
Okay.
than some rope, I don't have anything that would be super helpful.
Yeah, I don't have anything either, unfortunately. Just asking.
Nope.
Sorry.
All right, so you just barricade the door and the windows as best as you can, and I guess that's what you'll do in terms of fortification.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
can use the pythons to reinforce them, so it'll be even harder to break in, but that's about
Or,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a. Do any of you have a carpentry skill?
Oh,
Let's
We don't
take a
have any
look.
Practical skills.
No?
practical skills.
I have to
It
ask.
would make up for. Yeah.
Hey, it would based on that background. Who's got carpentry background? Come on.
Right.
Well, my artificer has like 6 different tool proficiencies, and I use them whenever
Yeah.
I can.
I think I got like one.
I'm proficient with shields,
I can cook.
so I'll set the chest of drawers up as a big shield. That's what I got.
Cooking proficiency can actually be useful, I think. I haven't checked it in Xanathar's, but it does do stuff. Okay, so you, 2 of you give me a intelligence check to see how good a job you do with the carpentry.
Anybody have anything decent in that? I'll do a roll.
In fact, one of you give... Yeah, okay.
Wow!
How's that?
Nice.
So, Tahko, you see that the wardrobe that you found the pink skirt in is quite a bit bigger than the main door. And you are quite burly. You then drag said wardrobe, just put it in front of the door.
Yeah.
It's super smart.
Simple enough. All right.
Here's your carpentry.
Carpenter this.
Okay, then problem solved there.
I mean,
I'm gonna say
unless
if
the
we're-
back of it is like soft wood or something, then they can just come through the wardrobe.
Yeah,
becomes-
it's open in the back, so like the wardrobe gets like opened
Yeah.
up. You're like, oh crap.
Well,
It's like a
it's
little
not so much that you
digest.
just drag it in front, you kind of drop it on its side in front of it, so the grain of the wood is the opposite to the grain of the wood on the
Okay.
door itself, and it forms a pretty good barricade. It just happens
I
to be
didn't-
quite a weirdly large wardrobe where it's like above chest height in front of the door.
Yeah.
I didn't want Narnia attacking in the middle of the night.
Mhm.
Hey, it still might.
I'm gonna say if we're waiting on another intelligence roll, I guess I'll roll it.
Well, with that crit, I think you're
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
That is
Go,
fair.
do it.
I'm smart enough for both of us.
It's probably accurate.
I mean, it's more like, hey, Zagrax, move that there. Okay.
Job's done.
What you need?
Well, I guess that's that then.
All right, so who are you putting on watch? Is anyone on watch? How are you doing this?
Nah, no to watch tonight. We'll all just sleep. That sounds.
I'll stay up for some of the night, since everything's closed up.
Just saying, I need sleep. I almost drowned
You
myself.
two should sleep.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So let's go with 3
I-
watches. This seems to be a fairly safe standard system.
Yeah. Elora will volunteer for third watch.
Okay.
Second.
Start.
Irilyssa second, and then first. Vulwin.
I'll take first, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all bed down for the night, gathering your various sleeping bags and sleeping accoutrement. You do have a double bed and a single bed as well for your use, and I'm going to say you divide that up. It doesn't really matter who does what. Vulwin, give me a perception check for that evening.
All right. I got a 20. Not nat, just 20.
Okay. Things seem pretty quiet to you. You kind of sit by one of the shutters with it partially open, so you can kind of keep an eye outside, but you're more using your sense of hearing rather than sight because it is dim and dark outside. And nothing really catches your attention, though with the gleam from the firelight within, you do notice that the snowfall outside seems to be getting heavier. Not so much that it's getting windier or anything, but the snow is definitely intensifying.
Okay, a lot of snow.
But your watch passes peacefully. Irilyssa, you're up next. You're muted.
Oh, can't hear you.
5.
5. Okay, so you basically take up the same position that Vulwin did, keeping an eye out. And you also notice that the snow does seem to be intensifying, and you find yourselves in a little bit dispirited because the thickness of the clouds means that the moon above is pretty much completely obscured. You're not able to see anything from that, and you're not able to make use of the usual heightened sight that you would have during moonlit nights, which this is not. As far as you're aware, everything seems fine. Elora, perception.
Okay. Ooh. 15.
Oh.
Okay, so Elora, you then take the same watch position, looking out into the wilderness beyond, and just like the others, it's getting a little bit harder to see out because the snowfall is getting thicker, and you're actually having to kind of shut the blind a little bit more to stop it blowing in. It's not really getting very windy, but it's enough where it could cause a problem. So every couple of minutes you're like, open it, look around, shut it, open it, look around, shut it. But otherwise the evening passes peacefully, and eventually you see the very, very, very vague lightening of the sky, which heralds a new day.
Okay. Okay. Well, we made it peacefully through the night. But it's like snowing outside, like a lot.
Yeah,
So-
expected that would happen. Who can I open the shutter and take a look at? Is it still snowing pretty heavily right now?
It is, yes.
Okay. Well, we could wait this out, wait another day, see how it is tomorrow.
Actually, I should probably check over my pack because I've got a lot of stuff in there and make sure it's all in good order still.
I was about to say also you do all use one ration for the previous night.
Yeah, one ration.
Wait. Yeah, you should take your pack into account.
Yeah,
I thought you would have done that yesterday.
Yeah, I thought I would have too, but I forgot to say it. But does everything look
That's
okay in there? I remember I took out some stuff before and it was wet. I want to make sure it's not going to get all weird in there.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a D20. Just roll me a D20.
Just a D20. All right.
Just a D20.
Boop. A whole 5.
All right. So 6 of your rations, unfortunately, water got into and has spoiled them.
Oh. Darn.
Other than that, your stuff actually seems to be in relatively decent nick. I mean, you guys do have adventuring kit. It's made for bad weather. Not necessarily dunking in a frozen lake. It seems like you got a bit lucky there.
Well, today I will prepare purify food and drink and simply repair it.
Okay,
Use up one of my spells for the day.
that works.
Yeah.
Because food is too valuable to let go. But hopefully no one
Yeah.
eats blessed.
I'm gonna say, I assume my pack, I'd probably have to look at it as well.
That is
even
true.
though I was
Yep.
in for slightly less, but
Yep, give me another d6 as well. Sorry,
Uh,
d20. D20.
Ooh. Between the two of us, we have a whole 20.
That's true.
That's math.
Wow.
So for you, you find that water did get into one of your 2 rations. But I'm going to say with Tahko's spell, he's able to fix that up. It's like, it's not as badly ruined as the other one. It's spoiled, so you could keep it for like a day.
okay.
But I'm just going to say that's probably the one you ate that evening. So you
Yeah.
had a soggy meal. Wasn't particularly pleasant.
Such is life.
Yes.
I mean, he was barely in the water to begin with. It was more like dunking a cookie in there.
You know,
Sploosh,
you dunk
and then
a
he's out.
cookie in it. Yeah, you say you dunk a cookie, it still gets wet. It's still,
Yeah.
Just means it doesn't have the time to like absorb everything. But yes, it still gets very much wet. Okay, so it is the dawn of a new day. What would you like to do?
Move the dresser. Get ready to go back
Yeah.
outside.
With
uh,
with the assistance of Zagrax, you mostly telling him, move that over there. Okay. You guys move the dresser aside and have access to the door once more.
I would just like to point out that my intelligence is normal and my charisma is high, so we joke,
Okay.
I mean,
You've been branded that way. That's how you have to live with it.
but hey, I can't see things. I can understand things once I can see them. I just can't see them.
will it be safe for us to travel out here? I mean, I know we've done it before, but we don't even know where we're going.
yeah, might be a little bit difficult. It's possible we could wait an extra day to travel and see if it's subsided. Can't tell if it's going to get worse or better. But if it does continue to stay as it is, we will have to move eventually.
Well, yeah.
Vulwin, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Sure. I got a 7. Looks kind of bad. Looks kind
You
of good.
have no idea.
Yeah, like I said. Could get worse, could get better.
We don't know.
Well, if it
Well,
gets
it is
worse,
our
you know, just come back here.
Yeah, you
Well.
can find it.
It's if you can find it, exactly.
So, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Let's head east.
How bad is this compared to other storms you've traveled in before? Like just from judging it from here.
This is the thing. It's not stormy. It's just heavy snow. So your
Okay.
visibility is heavily obscured. The going is going to be pretty tough. But it's
Probably
not.
super quiet.
Yeah, it's just really quiet. You would hear like your own footfall. Everything else would be pretty deadened. So it's just going to be really difficult to look around.
Y'all get to realize what it's like to be in my shoes.
Yes.
This
is a Zagrax
do
out.
we really? We want to keep going east then? We don't want to go like northeast or north or I don't know. I'm not. I'm just talking. Sorry, Elora's stalling for time.
Yeah, I recommend that we could wait out another day, and if it doesn't get better, we can move on. I don't think there's any real loss. But we will be going out. If we go out today, we will be going out there blind, effectively. And I don't know this area. Never been here.
Yeah, I don't know it either. You just want to waste a whole day here?
It's better than getting lost in the middle of nowhere in the tundra.
At least it's peaceful.
Yeah,
True.
won't know if it's a waste. That's how this is.
Plus, who
I'll
knows?
look
Maybe
for-
us staying here for a little bit longer will incentivize whoever's attacking people out here to come to us, so we don't have to go looking for them.
Okay. We'll just wait out the morning. See if it doesn't get better.
All right.
Okay.
Not Zagrax. Vulwin, give me a d6.
Okay. It's 6.
After about 3 hours, so it's getting to be about midday at the moment, the heavy snow does seem to be letting up. You can see a couple of gaps between the clouds. The intensity of the snowfall has remarkably dropped off.
He's just kind of like looking outside. I'm supposing we have the stuff open, and he'll look out just like, well, you know what? I think there's an opportunity. Snow's really letting up. I don't know if it'll get bad again, but if we want to get going, now's our chance.
All right, finally. Let's get on the move.
I also meant to ask, was there anything in particular any of you wanted to do during the 3 hours? Because that is effectively downtime.
Oh, I don't have
Elora
exhaustion
going
anymore.
to,
First of all,
say I'll be back in a little bit, and she's gonna go arrange the pillows nicely in her beanie bottle.
Okay.
I will work on my
Clean up,
carpentry
basically.
skills.
Sorry, what was that, Tahko?
I'll work on my carpentry skills, which do
Okay.
not exist.
I want to have a better look around the cabin.
Okay.
I'd like
Irilyssa,
to
go
think
ahead and roll
Vulwin-
me an investigation check.
Ooh.
15.
Okay. You don't find anything remarkably different. Mostly just that all of the stores are missing. You do find that a couple of the casks kind of sitting on the side in the kitchen have been broken into. Whatever liquids or whatever was in it. It's not that they've been unstopped, it is that they were broken into. You also find, hidden under a loose floorboard in the main sleeping quarters, 17 copper and 3 silver.
Oh, wow. Their family fortune.
Wonderful.
Why
Um,
not?
Yeah, honestly, Vulwin was just sitting there waiting it out, just staring outside the whole time. He's a fisher, no stranger to just waiting.
and then Zagrax would probably just be like looking over his gear, just making sure that everything's still okay. More so gear instead of pack after falling in and all that.
Okay. So you do those things. Tahko, you brush up the defenses a little bit. You use one of the pythons to like jam one of the windows shut. You can't really make a lock or anything, just eventually just brute force it. You suspect it might be a bit difficult to get the thing out again afterwards, but it seems to make a pretty solid nail.
Okay. All right. We're not getting that one back.
All right. Well, show you out that you got everything. Let's go. I don't want to waste
Okay.
any time. Nature
Alright.
can be fickle.
Okay,
Keep going.
All right.
so you head out eastwards once more.
Hooray!
Give me a survival check, whoever is doing the navigating, and a perception check for whoever's doing the scoot and the boot.
18.
Nice.
Wow. Nice.
Irilyssa with the eyes. It's great because we don't know anything past this house or this cabin, so it's like time to find more cabins.
All right.
Okay, so you strike out eastwards, the snow continuing to lessen or let up as you head outwards. You travel for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. 4 hours. And then, Irilyssa, you see something up in the sky. No. Yeah, something up in the sky.
What do I see?
It's hard to make out. Like, it is a long way away. It's only because of like how keen your eyesight is and how good that roll was that you notice that there is anything up there at all other than clouds.
Just stop for a second and just watch it.
Okay, as you stop and watch, you feel the ground beneath your feet starting to rumble.
Oh, jeez. It's a basil goose from Monster Hunter. It's gonna start carpet bombing us.
I hope
Dun,
not.
da, da, dun, da, 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 dun, da. Do we feel that? Does anybody else feel that kind of deal, or is it just
No.
Irilyssa?
It's
Everything is
Irilyssa only at
fine.
this point because Irilyssa literally stopped in order to watch, and like that motion of stopping means she's not walking anymore, so you feel it.
Yeah. Understood.
You muted yourself again.
I'm muted on my thing.
Okay, now I can hear
Weird.
you.
Hello.
I say, everybody stop. Do you hear that?
No, what are you talking about? I'll stop.
Stop.
And as you
Lovely.
stop,
Do I feel it?
you do feel a vague shifting of the ground under your feet uncomfortably.
Oh, that's not good.
Do I feel it? Is the real
Um,
question.
No.
Okay, good. I didn't think so.
Okay, let me see.
I'm getting ready for combat immediately.
Yeah, I'm actually going to, in response to noticing this, I'd like to cast a spell. I'd like to cast Pass Without Trace on this group.
Okay.
Oh,
If this is something that's actually under, I don't know what's going on, but if there's something that's not natural here, I don't want a predator like popping up underneath us.
yeah. Fair.
Good idea. Gotta pass without rhythm.
Okay, do you
No,
want to
no,
put
Trace.
that into chat so I can see what that is?
Yes, give me a sec. Where is that?
That does mean it's gonna be even harder to find our way back at the end of the day.
Possibly. Let me make sure I got this all written here correctly. Yeah, I think it's good. Let's see if that works.
Do-do-do-do-do. Plus 10 dex stealth checks. Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nobody move.
And as you say that, the tracks that you were leaving behind you start to fill pretty rapidly with snow, erasing any sign of your previous passage.
Yeah, you also see him take out the ulu, the knife that you've seen him with before, and he kind of makes like a small cut in the snow right before that happens, and then it all seals up.
Okay. Then in the distance, probably still 600 or 700 feet ahead of you, you can feel more than see this. But Tahko and Vulwin and Irilyssa, there seems to be a mass of creatures moving very quickly from your southeast, moving roughly in a northerly direction, kind of across your path.
Oh, okay. So there's something big moving
Or like
quickly.
a herd,
Mhm.
it sounds like.
It is similar to herds that you've seen moving in the past.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I can make out what it is. Irilyssa, can you see what that is? There's something moving. A lot of it. A lot of something.
Try squinting.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay. Let me have a look.
I mean, I'll just keep your same perception score. So as you guys are just watching what's going on, the The herd of creatures looks now like reindeer or deer or some kind of creature like that, darting in a chaotic, frenzied pattern, rushing northwards before you. And Irilyssa, that spot in the sky that you'd noticed is looming up closer and closer and closer, growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and more obvious, and it does seem to be chasing this mass of creatures.
Oh.
Oh.
And at this point, I'm going to say that Tahko, you and Vulwin also notice the creature in the sky.
I think I'm gonna actively try to stay hidden instead of just relying on, I guess, whatever passive is.
Look, something's eating those. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, no, I don't think you want to move if something's big enough to scare these things away.
Well,
And it looks, whatever that is, looks huge.
well, it's hunting, so it's already going to be eating, which means it's probably not going to care about us.
Well, it might. Hunters usually go after stragglers, and if they see us out in the middle of nowhere, they might just target us.
I think that's a dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Actually,
Can I tell
I
what
would.
this thing is from where we are?
I mean, it's still probably 200 or 300 feet, or probably more than that, more like 400 or 500 feet behind the main herd. But even at this distance, you can see that this thing is big.
Actually, you know what? Now that I know I've cast this, and others have like noticed that something weird has happened, I think it probably would be in our best interest to put some distance between us.
I mean, we're going to stand out in the snow anyway. If it wants to kill us, it's just going to come kill us.
Yeah, we should put some distance between us. But let's move, but not too fast.
All right.
Which way?
So which way are you moving?
I'm guessing. So this was in our direction that we were heading. You said?
So
Or
you said it's up this way?
Yeah, it's right where
Top
that
that arrow?
arrow is.
Okay.
I would say that's actually pretty
Well, let's
accurate.
go down this way.
So towards where they are now?
No, 90 degrees. We should probably head southeast.
To be fair, if it's an entire path in front of us and they're potentially being chased, it probably is in our best interest to just wait that out. Wait for the herd to like move far enough away that we could pass to the south. Because if we're just trying to pass now while the herd's still moving, we might be spotted. We might be mistook as,
Okay.
moving targets.
So we should probably just hunker down and watch it hunt. And then
Yeah.
once it lands, then we'll start traveling again.
Well, hopefully it just goes.
Well, if it's hunting, it's probably gonna, catch some reindeer and eat them, or it'll just pick them up and carry them off if it has young.
Well, it's until we know what this is, I'm not making too many assumptions.
All right, let's just sit put them.
Okay, so you guys hunker down, making little holes in the snow basically to crouch in. And as you watch, the herd goes frenzied past you guys. The creature, now definitely having large wings, looms out of the sky. Those of you that couldn't see it previously now see its great massive form suddenly appearing out of the darkness, swooping down upon the herd, and you just see this blast of pure ice slamming into the center of the herd, blasting along a straight path. And the herd kind of scatters, pushing out in all directions away from the creatures that were stricken by this blast. The dragon swoops down close to them and then wheels back up into the sky, seemingly for another pass.
Okay,
Oh,
sounds fun.
Making myself as small as possible at this point.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
This way.
Okay, so give me a stealth check, all of you, with a +10, please.
Okay.
Plus 10.
Yeah, that's pass without trace.
14!
All right. Let's see. Stealth check.
Wow. 23.
I'm totally gonna get spotted.
26 with the +10.
Oh no.
So everything we have here is without that +10, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no way we can lose.
Shh. Shh. It's
I'm
a
helpful.
dragon in the sky. Shh.
Ah,
Like, all I'm saying, if it swoops down and grabs one of you, that's on your rules, not mine.
Hey, at worst I could try and talk to it.
Already my sun javelins?
Is that really at worst?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's at best if it takes me. At best it doesn't see us at all. At worst it.
I mean, we're level 5. We can handle a elder white dragon. No problem.
I really like that you get picked up and you're like, hey man, how's it going?
Actually, Tahko, I want to have a word with you, so give me just a second.
Oh,
Okay, so you see the dragon, and you know the dragon. This isn't just a random. This is a white dragon. It is flipping massive. You know how large dragons can get, and this is probably the absolute peak of dragon size. And you notice that there is a still black form on the dragon's back right now, and that form tells you that this is Avianturace, the ancient dragon of Icewind Dale.
Oh, okay. Alright. That sounds great. Okay, alright. Avianturace. How do you spell that?
I'm just looking that up myself, because unfortunately Roll20 is not giving me that information.
Okay. I'm looking over my notes. See if I know any dragons. Doesn't look like it. This dragon, whatever its name is, Avianturace, known as a good guy, big, good person to ask for directions, anything like that.
No. Known as a very, very significant predator of these parts. Known as the White Worm. It's definitely one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous creature in Icewind Dale.
Okay. Great, so we found a world boss.
Yeah, basically. I will DM you the name. There you go.
Perfect.
Aviaturance. That's it. From your past, you wouldn't know that. You do have flashes of remembrance about the dragon, and from what you recall, she doesn't have that much of a taste for human or humanoid flesh. She usually prefers hunting animals like deer being her absolute favorite snack. So the fact that she's going after these right now is definitely not unusual. You also know that she used to have a rider, a wizard of some kind, and the black figure perched on her back right now is probably that wizard.
Oh, okay. But still known as a dick. Not somebody that we'd ever want to, encounter or talk to.
I mean, you can try. You just need to bear in mind that she is incredibly powerful and probably also incredibly hungry right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, she's eating, so... But,
I mean, once she's finished her snack, then maybe.
But, I mean, do I know where her alignment lies? I mean, she's a white dragon, I assume, so...
Yeah, so
probably...
white dragons have a reputation of being the most animalistic of the dragon kind. She is a chromatic dragon, which tend to be more evil in nature, but actually just because of her sheer age, she's not known as being a complete dick. Like I said, she generally keeps herself to herself. She leaves the 10 towns alone. There aren't any stories of dragon attacks against them. Just everyone knows to kind of stay out of her way.
Okay, but is there any lore regarding her association with Oral?
Give me a
Just these are
history
times
check.
Things are drawn in the sand here, so... And we're definitely opposed to Oral. We don't want to find her biggest minion out here. Alright, what do we have? History, right?
Yeah.
13.
Okay, so you don't know anything specifically about Avian Torrents and Auril, but you do know that Auril favors white dragons because they are basically the winter dragons. But nothing specific. No stories linking the two together. So she's not like a chosen of Auril, but she might well be a favored of Auril.
Great. Okay. Alright, so overall, the safest thing to do is not interact, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Okay. Good to know. Alright, I'll stay hunkered in the snow then.
Okay. I'll bring us back to the rest of the party.
Alright.
Alright, we are back.
Now, no.
No worries.
No worry.
Yeah.
Not
What's
worried.
gonna happen?
Nobody's worried. I'm not worried.
Wait,
So-
was that
I'm
Tahko
hiding.
saying it, or was that you saying it?
What?
Okay.
So as you
Like-
guys hunker down, are you doing anything now that the dragon's kind of wheeling away from the herd at this point?
Is it?
Is
I'll wait.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
it's
very
lined up.
much like wheeling up and around like flying creatures do when they're coming back for another pass. Like
I'll
its intentions are not exactly secret.
Yeah. I think we could just wait this out.
Huddle closer to whoever's closest to me.
Dig
Or just,
further
you
and
know,
further into the snow.
Zagrax and I are like behind everybody else.
Okay, so
I'll put away my weapons.
the
You walk with your weapons out? What?
Yeah, I did. I said I pulled.
I
out my
know, I
gun.
know.
I'm gonna put it away.
just so you get an idea of the size of this thing, it is gargantuan. So creatures generally go medium, large, huge, giant, gargantuan.
Yeah, it's like the biggest.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very big dragon.
Like adult dragon.
And you all watch as it loops back in the sky, sweeps down again towards the now stopped portion of the pack. The rest of the herd still darting in all directions, and a couple of deer and reindeer kind of smashed through your guys' party. Their eyes white and rolling back in their heads, snorting in terror as they basically dart through. Zagrax, one of them actually managed to slam straight into you at one point, and you take 3 points of damage from this thing just impacting you. It struggles to its feet and then just darts off again before you. The dragon, meanwhile, slams into the ground. Again, the ground quivers with the impact of this thing's mass, and it just opens up his jaw widely and then just starts to scoop up these completely frozen deer in front of it, taking 2, 3, 4 in each mouthful, and you see it kind of moving its head up, crunching a few times, and then again moving down, taking another scoop, just taking several of these creatures at every single bite as it satiates its clear, immense hunger.
It's like a way of eating krill then, more than like
Kinda,
something
yeah.
eating.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
And after it's done this 3 or 4 times, it strides forwards a couple of times, a couple of steps, its wings folded behind it, making giant triangles that just loom above her back, and she just starts crunching into one of these deer at a time. Now, more about savouring the taste than any particular wanting to get over hunger. And as she takes her last bite, she looks towards you all.
Oh, good.
So she's fairly close right now, right?
She's probably about
Getting a
400
look?
feet away at this point.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
fairly
okay.
close.
Can I make out the dark spot on her back?
Yes.
All right, what does that look like?
Give me a perception check.
All right, all right. Ten.
Perfect.
It's hard to make out exactly what it is, but it does look like a humanoid figure-ish.
Okay. But she can clearly see us.
She's just looking in this direction. It could be a bunch of, deer
What color is she?
White.
White? White? Okay.
Except that, hang on, let me just check this.
Zagrax ain't seeing this. He's too busy making himself smaller and smaller and smaller.
Looks at spells. What spells? What spells? What do I got? What do I got?
There's nothing will save us from this.
Disguise self, and that can make me look like a foot shorter. That's perfect, right?
Oh yeah.
I need to get that. Let me get that. What else I got?
I got nothing. My stuff's all combat oriented. I ain't got nothing.
Aw.
Sorry, there's one thing I want to look up. Make sure I get my details
Bring your
right.
small at all.
I'm not finding the info that I want.
Could probably hide underneath some water. This would be a good time to hide.
So,
Yes.
it is definitely a white dragon, but you do notice that many of the scales are more of a grey colour. Some of them actually tending towards dark grey, like the backs of them. So it looks like those scales are like heavily in shadow, but they're not. They're just tinted a different colour. But
That
definitely
means
white.
nothing to me.
And
I just wondered.
when she looks in our direction, is she like making eye contact with us? Can she see us?
I'm not gonna make assumptions.
She's just looking in your direction at this point. It's hard to see or say exactly if she's looking at anyone in particular.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right. So stay hunkered.
Yeah, I feel like there's that moment where it's like Vulwin is just completely still and it's got that Studio Ghibli moment where the hair all like bristles. It's like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, just hiding. I got nothing.
It's a dragon. I don't know anything about dragons other than myth.
I know enough
This
about
thing's
dragons.
spooky. I'm not saying anything. I'm just nope. Honestly, I don't know. I've only ever heard about dragons.
So, each of you feel the piercing intensity of her eyes flashing over you all. Zagrax still kind of recovering from the buffeting received from that deer impacting you. And as you kind of pause mid-shake, trying to shake some of the snow off, you suddenly just feel these two eyes just falling on you. You look up and meet the gaze. But then it moves on over to Tahko, where you're trying to crouch down against the snow, and you try to make yourself smaller against the backdrop, which is basically impossible for you to do.
Yeah.
She then looks over towards Irilyssa, crouching down where you are as well, and you can kind of see, not at this distance actually. Then she looks over towards, who I missed? Elora, piercing you with her gaze as well. And then she looks back up to the sky, her wings beating out once, twice, 3 times. The mighty leap she takes to the sky above, her wings beating once, twice. She gains distance. She starts pulling up into the sky ahead of you. She wheels slightly to the right, away from you guys, seemingly flying in a different direction.
I want to check one thing real quick. Did you say Vulwin did or did not feel the gaze upon him?
Did not.
Okay.
Well, guess we're not going to die today.
Can we turn around?
She doesn't. You watch as the giant, gargantuan beast slowly but surely makes her way in a more northerly, northeasterly direction,
Okay.
rising higher and higher in the skies. She does.
I don't want to go that way.
Irylyssa's gonna watch her until she can't see her anymore.
Okay. You watch until she is a mere speck in the sky, and then disappears entirely.
safe.
You probably just
Maybe.
hear a little, like, some clittering and stuff as Zagrax is just, like, shivering.
Just your armor.
Yeah.
I really hope that wasn't the barking dogs we were looking for.
Huh, that was no dog.
No, I don't think it is. Was that a dragon?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a dragon. That was specifically Arviatrieras, the white worm. Most powerful dragon in the area.
And it didn't just kill us?
No. No. That particular dragon doesn't harass the towns.
Oh.
In fact, legend has it that there's a rider on her back, but I couldn't make it out. Some wizard rides upon her.
Irilyssa, give me a history check.
Oh, I am a scholar.
Well, that's good.
Wow!
Oh!
You're gonna know that
Knowledge
middle name.
drop.
Irilyssa reads some books.
Boom!
Okay, give me just a
Well,
second.
since she's a white dragonborn, she would know a lot about white dragons.
Yeah, but you know about this
Oh.
one in specifically, as soon as Tahko says the name, you think back to some of the tales you've heard in Candlekeep, because Avianturus is well known to the scholars of Candlekeep, because, and let me just make sure I get this right. Laeral Silverhand, the Archwizard of Waterdeep, studied in Candlekeep and was known to be a frequent correspondence with Avianturans. They actually had something of a working relationship between the two. You also know that Avianturans has actually flown down to Candlekeep and tore off the roof in anger at a bad article written about her.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, she tore off the roof, snatched up the terrified writer to directly correct his views on what he'd written, and then just flew off again.
But she didn't even kill him?
Nope.
Wow.
Long time reader, first time caller, direct.
And it was because of this interaction that Laeral sought out Avianturans in Icewind Dale and then actually befriended her after that encounter.
Where did
Because
get
she
her
was the
news?
reader of Candlekeep at the time.
Who's delivering that newspaper?
Hey, if she can go for a leisurely stroll to rip a roof off of a building way down south, I think she can find some random paper somewhere.
And you
Alright.
from these stories, Irilyssa, and you probably also Tahko, know that Avianturans isn't just any old dragon. She is an ancient white dragon. Definitely one of the most feared creatures, not only in Icewind Dale, but I would say actually across the Forgotten Realms.
Yep. You just gotta watch her eat.
Cool.
Well, that's good, right?
I'm glad I wasn't
dead.
rude.
I have a feeling it was one of those
Still alive.
Tahko goes and is like, oh, she doesn't harass the towns or anything, and then Zagrax like stops shivering as much, and then if Irilyssa just goes, oh yeah, this, that, and the other, and the most feared dragon in all the world and stuff, he just starts shivering again.
Yeah. I'd like to say that Irilyssa shares that in like a almost like a fangirl kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, she's so cool.
You should have introduced yourself. You missed the opportunity.
Could have got
Should've.
an autograph.
Maybe she could have signed her
Could've.
chest with her claws.
And
What?
with that role, you would also know that Avianturans very rarely leaves home without her close friend Methelrond, a wizard who generally rides her.
Oh.
That would be Irilyssa knowledge, that one.
Okay.
I see.
Ethelrond.
I don't know if I should feel safer out here or not with that thing around.
Well, if she stands against Arl, then we could have a tremendous ally.
Well, maybe. I mean, just, not bothering the towns isn't the same thing as caring for them.
Yeah.
True. But she also lives up here and has to eat up here. If she stands with Arl, then it's all the more amazing that we're still alive.
What, did she notice you?
Yeah. She looks directly at me.
Yeah.
Shh.
It was the coolest 4 seconds of my life.
Cool. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Still shivering.
Oh well, we're alive. Let's get moving.
Well, which way are we going then?
Well, probably the same way.
Yeah, this doesn't really change anything.
Are we gonna find anything? Ugh, how far do we have to go?
Well, I mean, you look around, do you see any, I don't know, stick structures in the ground that look like a farmhouse?
And we missed our chance to ask for directions.
Right. Laura will look
sure
around
she'd-
with her.
I'm sure she'd be able to tell us exactly where all the homesteads are, but
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if she cares about the towns, wouldn't she be putting a stop to whatever was ransacking them? I
maybe.
doubt that it's her ransacking them. Otherwise, there would be nobody to talk anything about.
She's,
No.
she's an ancient dragon, so chances are her concerns are not this.
Yeah.
You're also fairly sure that if she was the one attacking the farms, there would be no farms left.
Yeah. Yep.
That as well.
Hey, I didn't need to roll to know that.
Yep.
Right.
Sneeze on them and they'd explode.
Well, okay. Fine.
Yep. If
Everyone-
we ever... Go ahead.
Have any of you ever heard of, like, any lore or any talk of anything about these laughing dogs?
No, dogs don't laugh.
Can I do a roll for that?
Is it
Like
a
a nature
story
roll?
in
I'm
Hermit?
trying to remember if any
I
of you
don't know.
did rolls on this previously. I feel like you would have.
I don't think any of us
I don't
did.
actually think we did.
I think
and
we.
failed
Did we?
miserably.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
I was like, I don't
feel like
remember,
you
'cause I-
failed.
I honestly just remember it's like, I don't know, dogs don't laugh. These aren't laughing dogs. There's something different. Who knows?
So I'm going to say no because I'm fairly sure you already tried that.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's no
Yeah.
polar hyenas we're gonna know about.
Yeah, I've never heard about them. Never seen anything like that. I mean, dogs howl, they bark, wolves howl, but they don't laugh. Unless, of course, you're talking about those wolves we met. I mean, they spoke.
Yeah. They still don't laugh.
True.
But I'd honestly hope those are just a rare occurrence. Don't need more like them around.
Well,
So-
maybe we'll hear them.
In the interest of saving a bit of time, because this could take literal days, I'm going to say that Vulwin give me a survival check, Irilyssa give me a perception check, then based on the outcome of this, I'll say it takes you this many days to find something.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We really should have.
What'd I
asked for
get?
directions.
Oh, well,
Wow.
time
Hey,
to
look,
roll
there's
high,
something right
Irilyssa.
there.
High five.
Hey!
There's something right over there. Let's go.
I just turned to Irilyssa to do the whole arm thing, like, yeah,
Yeah. Let's go.
How
She's so hyped.
convenient.
So,
let's go hang out with your dragon.
it's kind of interesting. This actually happens on the same day, after the dragon encounter Just out of interest, do you go to where the deer were, or do you skirt around it?
Oh no, definitely go there. Could be
I mean,
free
isn't
food.
this like a whole trough
Yeah,
of
I
dead
would go
deer?
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we do have to walk through.
Touch dragon saliva.
You just take a piece of the deer. It's like, this deer has touched greatness.
Greatness.
Well, the real
She's
question
not
is, can
some
you...
creepy fan.
You might be
I
able
don't
to
know
eat the
that.
same meal that she ate. Yeah.
It- Yeah.
She might have like left a leg behind or something, so you can be digesting the same meal that they're digesting
Wow.
Super fan.
What?
at the same time.
Okay, so you head over to where the deer were snacked upon, and it is a scene from a butcher's shop. There are still a couple of frozen deer, just rigid. Their eyes you can kind of see shifting as their form is completely frozen solid in panic as they're looking around. Several of them are just completely frozen like a statue. You can see absolutely no sign of movement. And those that have been eaten, there's like a couple of just half chewed on corpses. There's these large gashes through the snow itself where she just took the whole scoop and just ate them all. You see 2 or 3 deer heads just cast off idly on the side where she jumped on the body and just didn't get the whole thing. Bits of limbs. The whole area is just red with the blood and the gore from all of the creatures that she was eating. But there are, I'm going to say, around 6 frozen deer that you could try to get. I mean, they're petrified pretty much. If you wanted to get a food supply.
Heck yeah! Let's go and tear these guys out. You said there's some still alive, but like frozen solid,
Yes.
like in a block of ice. Yeah, I'll start going for those. That sounds awesome.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, roll me a survival and then a d6. No, d10.
Survival?
I'll be talking to Irilyssa and be like, hey, you don't think she left it left these for later, right?
Nice. I
You
rolled
find
16 on my survival. 10 on the
14
D10.
rations worth of meat, basically.
Oh, awesome. Look at all this.
Wow.
Oh, man. She left a feast for us.
Wow.
Perfect.
Vulwin, I don't know how to say this to you,
Carbon
but if she wanted us dead, we would be dead.
Yeah, but like maybe she left the food here to come back to get it later or something.
Why? She
That's
just hunt them
different.
again.
I guess.
Well, if she
Irilyssa-
wants it again, then we'll already have it nice and prepared for her.
Irilyssa, you do know from your reading about white dragons in particular that they are the most animalistic of the dragon kind, and a large part of their life is purely the thrill of the hunt. So this isn't so much a hunt to eat, this is a hunt because she likes hunting.
And I will relay that to Vulwin.
Oh,
And
great.
the shivering
Great.
starts again.
Yeah. It's probably a good thing we didn't interrupt her when she was hunting, even if she would potentially be an ally. She may have
Yeah.
been just the
I-
mood for killing.
I feel like we probably quote unquote did interrupt her, considering that her gaze fell upon us. But
Well, it's our
Well,
luck that she passed by.
Yeah, we stayed out of the way, so that was good, I guess.
Yes. Perhaps we can sell some of that meat to people back in Beasthaven. They'd surely appreciate a break from fish.
Yep.
I'm sure they'd appreciate any food at all, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, though.
Okay, so you guys continue searching the area for a couple more hours until it's reaching like roughly dusk. So probably about 6 o'clock in the evening, and you're thinking, okay, we need to find another place to hole up for the night, where you spy 2 farmsteads in roughly opposite directions, just because I'm cruel like this. One of them seems to have black smoke emitting from it. The other one is just still and dark against the the evening sky.
Ah,
Well,
so one of them
I
has
vote the
people.
black smoke. Yeah. Well, black smoke isn't necessarily a good sign, but I think we should check that one out first.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Likely to
something might be
ransack
going
the
on
place
over there.
now.
I'll
Yeah.
follow.
I take it we have traveled for more than an hour at this point.
Yeah, it was...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, it's probably more like 7 or 8 p.m., but yes.
Yeah, okay. Just let you know, Pass Without Trace is gone.
Hmm.
Only lasts for an hour.
Oh no!
At least the dragon can't follow us.
Yeah,
We
do be
totally
aware you're-
stealthily rolled up, yoinked some of the meat from the hunt, and stealthily rolled away.
Yeah.
And by stealthily, I mean there's one shivering dragonborn making
Yeah.
a bunch of noise the whole time.
Yeah, there's no tracks. It looks like nobody was there except for the huge maw gashes into the earth,
Mm-hmm.
No one will ever know.
but no human feetsies or non-human feetsies.
Humanoid feces.
So as you
Snow.
approached the estate with the smoke billowing out, as you approach it, you realise this isn't smoke coming out of a chimney. One of the buildings seems to be on fire.
Yeah, I
Oh,
realize
that's
that.
unfortunate.
Well, let's go
Well-
see if anyone's alive, and if not,
Yeah.
see what the raiders left.
Oh.
Yeah, if these things happen to be like your sister Tahko, do keep that amulet or whatever it was, the necklace, handy.
All right.
Actually, does Tahko have it? I actually don't remember who has it right now. I think I did give it to you, Tahko.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I would imagine that Tahko would be the one carrying it.
Yeah. Hey, it was gifted to me. No.
I think it was gifted to Tahko when you actually started talking to
Right. It's true.
him. Okay, so you guys approach the estate. This one's a little bit larger than the one that you stayed at the previous night. And I will say that you bypassed 2 or 3 others just so that this place isn't seeming completely desolate, but is still mostly desolate. This one has a structure that looks remarkably like the barn that you saw previously, but this one is a bit bigger, and that's the building that's on fire right now. It also has a smaller, taller building, and then a fairly standard farmhouse, though again slightly bigger, with a stone chimney rather than just like a slot in the roof.
Any signs of anybody moving around?
Give me a perception check.
Woo!
Ha!
Yeah!
Nope.
Nice!
Nice.
Great.
Actually,
I don't
I
even
take
see
that.
the fire!
No, you're like, what's wrong? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should all be actively looking for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And I do take that back. I am actively casting that again as we approach.
I'll
Okay.
pass without trace.
Noted.
Okay.
So one
I
of
didn't mean to
you,
click it, but it works.
one of you, give me a perception check as well. So I usually let 2 of you do this.
I'm gonna say, anytime
I'll
you
go
ask for a
ahead and roll.
perception from me, it probably is best that somebody else
Wow.
does
How's a
it too.
25 do?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so the estate is thoroughly ransacked in a way which is beyond the place you'd stayed at previously. There are obvious splatterings of blood around, particularly around the burning barn. You don't find any corpses, just where corpses probably once lay, and large puddles of blood around them. The farmhouse itself, all of the windows are smashed, the shutters are destroyed, a large portion of the roof already seems to have burnt up in a separate incident. And what you gather, Tahko, is that this place was attacked previously, and then again more recently, which is the cause of this fire.
All right.
And Vulwin,
Tracks.
give me a survival check, because tracks would be the next thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 19.
So you see 2 sets of tracks, or 2 types of tracks. One which looks like small footprints in the snow. They tend to be concentrated around the farmhouse and then also around the barn, but not so much around the blood smears. the tracks come from and lead away from the farmhouse, going in a southwesterly direction, so kind of that way. I'm just going to go and mark that on the map.
Westerly.
There you go.
All right.
Ready?
Thank
And
you.
then-
I appreciate that.
There is a second set of tracks going in a east by southeast direction, and these ones seem to be more like paw prints. But with that good survival check, you realize these aren't sets of 4 paw prints, these are 2s, bipedal. But these ones are a lot older, mostly faded and filled in. They would have been very hard for basically anyone else to find.
Okay, so it's 2 sets of tracks going towards the southwest, you said?
Southwest is one set of, well, it's tracks. It's kind of hard to say exactly how many.
Fair.
It's tracks.
Yeah.
It's a band of creatures going in that direction. Then the southeast by east
Choices.
was another one.
More choices.
Yes.
Yes. All right. But the ones that were heading eastward, those were older
Yes.
based on that thing. Okay.
So the
Alright.
ones going southwest are relatively fresh, probably in the last day. The ones going east by southeast, older, several days ago.
All right. Do you guys find anything else here?
No.
Found some tracks.
Good.
Yeah, I guess.
I
I
found the
wouldn't really say
building
it's
on fire.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Any clear indication of who caused this and where they went?
well, the tracks do. Have you checked inside the building, by the way?
No.
he just looks at you like, "What are you doing?" I'm out here looking around and finding stuff. What are you doing?
I'll yell out like, "Hello, anybody alive?"
You may not want to yell so loudly. The tracks
Why
that
not?
lead toward the mountainous range, those are pretty fresh.
All right. I mean, I don't care where we kill them.
Well, that's all. It looks like there's a lot of traffic, so I don't know if that means. I don't know how many exactly, but they're relatively fresh, so just keep that in mind.
All right.
Probably what caused this. Other tracks heading to the east, and it'll point just out into the tundra directionally. I don't even know if he knows
Okay.
it's east. The tracks going that way, they're older, probably not recent, but bipedal wolf prints. Sets of
Okay.
twos, not quadrupeds. So maybe that's our laughing
Oh,
dogs.
I like
So they caused this here
Well,
today, or
No,
somebody
you
else?
could just put 1 and 1 together. The more fresh tracks probably caused this. Those ones are too old to have been immediately causing this.
Well,
But
let's go check out
it's a
who
lot
did
to
this today.
theorize.
Yeah.
I don't know. How I'll look over at the house. Like, this looks like it's like burning down at the point, or like is it still like pretty freshly burning?
Oh no, the barn looks like it's on its last legs. It's pretty thoroughly burned. And
Gotcha.
there is obvious fire damage on the main farmhouse as well, though again, slightly older.
Yeah, probably not the other tracks. The more fresh ones, probably, if it's just finishing burning down.
Why is it on fire if nobody's here?
Well, that's a good question.
Let's search inside and see how well ransacked it is. Maybe we can ransack something
Fire.
ourselves.
Well,
All right.
fire come from torches, so whatever that group is probably can make torches or something.
Tahko, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay.
At least it's warm.
Yeah,
15.
bards use fire.
So the interior, as I said before, is pretty thoroughly ransacked. This one, though, you notice that everything that's not bolted down has been taken. So there is no pretty pink skirt in this one. There's nothing. Cups, saucers, forks, plates, gone. Firewood, mostly thrown into the barn. However, you do find a single copper piece wedged between 2 floorboards.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pocket that, I guess. Yeah, this place has not only been ransacked, it's been razed. This place has been ruined intentionally.
But there aren't any bodies?
Does the blood look fresh? Like, does it look like people have been killed and then someone just took their bodies? Later,
no.
or-
So the blood smears are harder to make out because they were from the earlier tracks. So they're kind of snowed over in the same way as the earlier tracks, and it's mostly just where the snow was, what's the word? Disrupted by the newer set of incumbents that you're able to see that at all.
It's likely, it's possible whoever the raiders of today were simply trying to make it unusable for the raiders that came before, taking out whatever was left.
Well, it's not
Then-
smashed. Like razed is probably the wrong word. It's been thoroughly looted. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there is
so-
some ransack damage done, but it's mostly just like thoroughly searching stuff.
But
Yeah,
then
so-
why fire? Like, why would they burn it?
Well,
Doesn't
I
make
mean,
much
if there
sense.
is blood, then we don't know. Maybe they took captives, or they're going to eat them.
It sounds like predators and then scavengers. Two different groups, maybe working together, maybe not.
Well, there's
But,
no evidence that a fight occurred here today. There's evidence that a fight occurred here before.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, maybe scavengers and predators. They can come at two different times.
Yeah.
I guess so.
For all we know, maybe there are survivors out here. Maybe they're just going from place to place, just picking stuff up and taking it all back with them somewhere over it towards the mountains. But that's probably unlikely. Probably two different groups. Farmers caught in the middle.
Maybe. Or maybe these are the farmers just trying to recollect what they could. We don't have enough to go on, but it's getting late. We can follow either one of these tracks for a little bit, but we might just want to bunker down here as well instead.
Wasn't there another building?
Yeah, a very cursory look shows that this is just a very, very tall structure. Seems to have a very small door at the base of it, and you open the door and grain comes... No, in fact, nothing comes trickling out. You guess it's a silo, though.
There's no grain in it either?
Nope.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I had to catch myself there. I was like, nope, there's nothing in there. It's empty. So for those of you not from a farming background, this is just a tall building with a very small door.
But the silo's in good order, though, right?
It seems to be. I mean, there are still some smears from fire damage here and there, but it doesn't look like it's been intentionally attacked.
Well, we could sleep inside this building.
It's pretty small. Like maybe two of you would fit in there, and even then it'd be cramped.
Oh, it's not a big
Yeah.
silo, though.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
it's
never
meant for filling grain, not
Alright.
not us.
Yeah,
All
it's,
right, never mind.
it's animal feed for the winter rather than...
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a major silo. Okay, never mind. Just really, really tall.
Oh yeah, they usually are.
Yeah.
And it's the barn that's burned down, not the house.
Correct.
Can we reinforce the house like we did with the last one?
It would take more work, because, like I said, many of the doors and windows were smashed. But yeah, it's inhabitable.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking to catch the odor of the tracks, at least that way, we'd want to probably leave now. We could maybe catch up to them, but I'm fairly sure from this location here, I can remember this spot and the general direction to go. But I can't. If it snows, if there's heavy snowfall, I'll probably lose the bipedal tracks from the dogs.
Hmm. Well, honestly, I think we should try and follow the bipedal tracks from the dogs. Because that's why we're out here. If we find
Yeah.
them.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's better
Yeah.
than just waiting for them to find us.
yeah. It would be easy to find
Oh.
the direction towards the mountains as well. It seems pretty straightforward if you just found this place again.
Alright. So, rather than bunk down, let's go follow these tracks.
Okay. He will take out the knife and carve like a small like X on the side of like the door. Just to remember that this is the one in case we come back around this way.
Okay.
Right.
Because I'm aware that we need to go on break very, very soon, you leave the farmstead, start following the tracks, and Within about 15 minutes of leaving the structure, Tahko, your foot kicks something in the snow which you had missed initially. You reach down, uncover it, and notice that it's a bone that's been cracked.
Lovely.
Give me a
Okay.
medicine check, real quick.
Medicine check.
Maybe you can heal it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. 22.
It looks to be a human femur,
Okay. Yeah.
with the marrow sucked out.
Oh, good. Well, someone's making the most of this, so at least it's not going to waste.
And with that, we will pause for a break. So let's take 5 minutes. So at 42 minutes past, we'll resume. I think that makes
All right.
sense.
Sounds good.
So 5 minutes, everyone.
All right. It's
We'll be
fun.
back soon.
Bye.
Bye.
faces again. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
No.
And then switch back over to this. And I think what I'd do is zoom a little bit more on the map so you guys can see where you are. There you go. Okay, so it is, if my notes are correct, like 7 p.m.-ish. Night is, well, technically it's the middle of summer, so I'm still going to say that nighttime hasn't properly fallen, but you're into darker twilight before night proper does fall.
Okay.
So, what are you doing?
That's into Barovia, apparently.
Yeah, I think we're currently tracking the old tracks, where we found the bone, just cleaned and broken.
Yep.
I suppose we're still heading into that direction to find out whatever this is,
Okay.
Yep.
and to hope that it's only like, not that many.
Irilyssa, we're getting a lot of feedback from your microphone at the moment. That was happening earlier as well. I forgot to say it.
It's the fan.
Right.
No, it's okay.
Well, it sounds more like you're breathing into the microphone, so it's like probably the wrong angle.
Oh, does it? I don't know. At first, I thought it was just ambient noise.
Yeah, so did I.
Soundscape? Yeah, me too.
Maybe
Sorry.
it is breathing. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's intermittent, which is why I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only breathe every 5 minutes.
I mean,
That's my secret.
it's fine at the moment, but when it happens, it's pretty constant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's okay.
All right. Well, I turned off my fan, so hopefully that will take care of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, hopefully you're not going to swelter because of this.
Hmm.
Sorry. Okay, so you continue it along the track. Where's my tracker? There it is. And you travel for about 2 hours. And you're still able to follow the tracks relatively, well, not easily, but with a skill tracker like Vulwin leading the way, you're able to follow them. But they just seem to continue on into the night.
Okay.
Okay.
Then so shall we.
Yep.
Kind of made our choice. There's no stopping now.
Okay.
I'm
So
not camp on top of the tracks to hope we find them later, or we'll just be in the middle of nowhere.
you continue walking. How's this work again? That's going to be 2, 4. So it's about 1 a.m. now.
Oh, wow.
And you're still following these tracks. It is getting very difficult to do because, well, it's dark now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Has the terrain changed much? Are they easier to follow? Or is there...
It hasn't really changed much, no. It's gotten slightly hillier where you are now. Like, you've left the very, very flat part of the tundra, and you kind of feel like you're entering the foothills of the Spine of the World mountains. So the terrain in general is getting a little rougher, more rugged, and you can kind of feel the crunch of dead heather under your feet as you're traveling.
Yeah.
Poor Heather.
Yeah, these tracks, we could be days behind.
And I will also say that you did find a couple of other bones along the trail as you were following it. Similarly, cracked open, marrow eaten. No sign of anything else on it, like completely licked clean.
Okay.
Maybe, but this is still the best we have to go on, and we've already committed to it.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we should keep going.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know, following these tracks is going to be for the long haul, and if we want to march through the night, we might be able to gain upon them quicker, but at the same time, maybe it's better we rest. Yeah.
We might
But that also means that if
them all are exhausted.
Well, yeah, that also means if we stop, well, it'll be harder to pick up the tracks over time.
Okay.
But you're right. We should just wander into the night.
And we shouldn't exhaust ourselves out here.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. All right.
So,
We'll
I think
rest
we're gonna
at
look
least until dawn.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna look for a place to set up camp then.
Okay. So are you... The rules for this don't exactly exist. Are you taking like a short, long rest until dawn appears, or are you taking a full camp now?
Can we take an 8-hour short rest?
Well, you can take an 8-hour rest, that's fine. I'm asking like if you want to do it until dawn, which is probably in 4 or 5 hours, you could take a shortened rest, which would have a chance of causing exhaustion, but also you might be fine.
Let's...
If we're tracking for the long haul, we should actually make sure to get rest. It just means that tomorrow we can double time. We can
Yeah.
Yeah.
move faster on it.
So I think we will set up camp, but I don't know. We're not going to lay everything out like nice and daintily. We'll get ready to pick up and go if it starts snowing because we'll need to keep those tracks.
Okay.
That's
I
true.
mean, the rule that I usually do is there are actually 3 types of rest. There's the short rest, which is 10 minutes. Then there's the long rest, which is 8 hours. And then there's the camp, which is about 12 hours. So this would be a long rest where you're just rolling out your sleeping mats and sleeping, no fires, nothing like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take my walking staff and stick it in the snow right near the track so we can find it real easily the next day.
Okay. In that case, someone roll me a survival check.
I can do that.
Who wants to do that?
11.
Okay. So the area that you've chosen to settle down for the night is in a little bit of a decline behind like the peak of one of the hills. So you're relatively high up, so you can at least like look around in the morning when you maybe be able to see a bit better. But you're also slightly sheltered from the prevalent wind. You don't set a fire or anything like that though, so it's going to be a cold night. And I would like you all to roll a Constitution check. Actually, no, I want Elora to roll me a Constitution check with advantage, please.
Okay. Oh, sorry, my character sheet. Let me open that again.
Oh, nice.
Advantage.
Elora, not
Hey, like it's
Irilyssa.
20.
Bro, I'm sorry. I started everybody. I'm sorry.
Let's go. Elora.
Yay!
Nice.
You're fine. So even though it's a little bit cold, you've managed to curl yourself up pretty snugly. You've got plenty of furs and blankets and things like that, and you pass through the night pretty quickly. And after 8 hours, it is now 9 a.m., which is actually roughly when you would normally get ready to set out again, and you are ready to set off once more, refreshed. All of you eat 1 ration.
Oh yeah, rations. Eating, all that.
Vulwin, you're muted.
Sorry, thank you. Are we eating from the new stuff first? Like the fresh stuff? Or is that... Well, we didn't cook anything yet, did we?
No,
No, so right now the new
we
stuff
didn't
would just be
make
raw
there
meat.
Never mind.
Well,
Option.
You're also
I
gonna
have
try
plenty
and
of-
sell that.
Yeah, I have plenty packed away that's still good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, leave the options open.
And I do believe that's one of the things that Elora can do with the cooking proficiency is preserve meat with the right equipment and time.
Yeah, I don't think she necessarily has the right equipment, but she can do it.
well, at least
You
it's
need a lot
freezing
of
right
salt.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
just
think
toss
she's
salt
carrying,
all over it.
10 pounds of salt on her.
Poor smoke.
Hey, Tahko might be.
True, smokers as well. Dehydrating it.
Yeah.
Well, it's also frozen.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's, it's preserved in that regard.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
going to
that's
be
true.
going bad anytime soon. Yeah, worst that happens is it gets a freezer bird.
Oh, sorry.
Other
Other
proficiency.
proficiency.
There.
Hmm.
I too am proficient in other.
Ah,
Sorry, everybody.
Okay, so it's 9 o'clock the next morning. Vulwin, give me a survival check, please.
sure.
And Irilyssa, perception as well.
15.
Wow.
Because I imagine you are just going to set off straight away. So yeah, Vulwin, you're able to find those tracks. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to have snowed overnight. The skies have cleared quite dramatically. So the tracks aren't any more covered, except maybe blown over a little and filled in a little compared to 8 hours previously. But you're able to follow them. And you continue making time.
Yeah. Can, actually, out of curiosity, unless it's tethered to the roll, can we make haste with it today? And I'll move a little faster?
Absolutely.
If everybody's okay with that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Make more ground in less time doesn't sound too bad to me.
Fast travel speed, because I know there's rules about this. Force march. Do. Okay. So I'll say that this you basically cover about 25% more. Because it's still difficult terrain, because this is all just tundra. So yeah, you make about 4 hours, probably a little bit less. So we'll say it's about 3:30 p.m. as you get to here, and
Taking that now.
it kind of sneaks up on you. The ground before you starts to get rougher, and you can kind of feel like you're following the path of an old river. And as you're walking along this, the sides of the river get steeper and steeper and steeper until it's a proper chasm. And then the chasm gets so rough that you kind of have to go up on the side. It becomes impassable, effectively. So you're up on the top of this sheer cliff, walking along the edge of it, using this as a natural guide, and the tracks also follow the same path. And as you do, you start to hear from ahead of you what sounds like laughter.
Oh,
Alright, time to get sneaky.
kind of possible.
Yeah. Possibly it's sneaky. You know what? I'll do what I did yesterday. Now that I actually hear this, I'll cut into the snow again and cast Pass Without Trace on my team.
Okay.
And be like, all right, we have an opportunity here.
Let's ambush them.
Give me a stealth roll with the plus 10.
Everybody,
Good luck, everyone.
Everyone.
you gonna average this out?
Maybe.
Yeah,
All
Zagrax.
right, sneak roll, normal roll. What I get?
You said with
All
advantage?
right, 7.
Or no?
Nice.
No, with plus
No,
10.
with a plus 10.
The plus 10. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
easy
Yeah,
enough. It's just like
29
23,
on
23, 17, 29, 24.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes it easy.
Into the shadows.
yeah. Yeah, clearly.
So, Vulwin, you're kind of preoccupied making sure to fill in the tracks behind you as you go. So you're not paying quite as much attention as some of the others, perhaps, in your passage. But you're all pretty sneaky right now as you move upwards, and the hill that you're on definitely seems to be climbing further and further and further until eventually you reach what feels like the summit, and then before you a yawning chasm ahead of you threatens to devour you as if it were a giant icy maw. The wind sweeping through the mountains can't drown out the inhuman cackling that echoes in the chasm's depths. Foothills, not mountains. I moved it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep an eye open.
Well, whatever they are, they like to eat people. So
Well, yeah,
Don't die.
yeah.
I'll try.
Sorry, I'm trying
Yeah,
to
okay,
find
so
the
we're
right.
trying not to die.
Yeah, don't die,
Yeah.
please.
What dice do we roll for that?
it's a survival roll.
Oh boy.
Funny.
Nice.
Thanks.
Come on, Sirenscape. There we go.
Oh, we're gonna go off with the nice gentle tinklings of.
Afraid so.
Oh, yep. There we go.
And
Oh,
I
no.
want. What the hell are you? There it is. Sorry, bear with me just 1 second. I had meant to do this during the break, and then I forgot. Okay, interesting. That works. So you... Well, you see the big chasm before you with the cackling. What do you want to do?
Suppose we hear the cackling. I guess we're trying to locate the source of the cackling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult to say exactly where. You have this chasm ahead of you, and the cackling's kind of echoing off of the walls of it into your ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds like we should find a way into like the mouth of the chasm, if there is, not just hopping down.
I mean,
Well,
you
follow
certainly
the
could try to
tracks,
scale
we're
it if you wanted to. That's a possibility, or you could spend a little bit of time looking around to see if there's a better way down.
Well, did the tracks show us the better way down? Because we,
That's a very good point. Yes, they do.
Or
basically
did they
let us
did they
here,
end and
so-
just did they end and just go over into the chasm? Because that would be funny in and of itself.
They
No,
just
so
threw
they-
themselves in the chasm. Wah!
They seem to.
And then they laugh about it.
At first glance, they do seem to kind of disappear into the ground, but as you approach where it is, you do see that there's like a couple of dead bushes, which are loosely covering a hole that seems to go into the ground, and the tracks disappear into this hole.
Oh, good, a hole in the ground.
Yeah,
A cave, if you will.
He'll kind of nod his head in that direction and like move aside that area. Be like, over here.
Yeah, this looks safe.
No, I don't think it is.
All right, down we go.
Oh, okay. Don't run away this time, Tahko.
All right,
Yeah,
you can
but
lead the way
also-
if you want.
No, I don't want to lead the way.
Okay, so the shaft goes down into the ground for about 15 feet. You can see light coming in from somewhere ahead of you, but as you're going down this slope, you see that there are a couple of sticks of wood, like a spike, with skulls mounted on top of them. And the skulls seem to be of any kind of humanoid: humans, dwarves, goblins, Goliaths, and orcs. And there is a symbol painted in blood on the forehead of each of these, which is a 3-headed flail.
Can I do a religion check?
You absolutely can.
All right. 17.
You recognize this to be the symbol of Yinoghu, one of the demon lords.
Oh,
Oh, I
Awesome.
know that.
what do I know about Yanaghu?
What do I know about him?
Right?
It sounds like cackling dogs might be really evil.
He's the lord of delicious
Well, that's-
recipes.
That's the thing.
Oh, that
like,
could be.
If you know who this is, you probably know who he's the lord of, but then also we've kind of established your character doesn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that he is a demon lord dedicated to destruction. He was the ruler of Ruin, who sought out the collapse of civilization, and would brutally butcher any who stood between him and his rabid slaughter.
Okay. I will tell that specifically to Elora.
Okay, why are you telling me that?
Well, I don't know. You seem to have an interest in this place.
No, not really.
Well, it's here either way.
I just don't want you to run ahead and die
Look.
before we can find you.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like based.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Try not to die. I don't really know what to tell you.
This guy has some amazing titles: the Ruler of Ruin and the Beast of Butchery.
Ooh,
Dang.
Oh.
Dang. yeah, it doesn't
Oh,
sound
I
like
know you.
these things need to be killed. I mean, it sounds like they need to be killed. There's gonna be no reasoning with them, huh?
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
They follow
I mean-
a demon lord. Demon
Yeah,
lords
fair.
are known for being good.
Yeah, neither are beasts, most of them, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you
Unfortunately, yeah.
as you descend further along the slope of this this entranceway, the sound of the cackling laughter gets louder and seems to be emanating from somewhere ahead. Several voices with yippy chatter type sounds, very often interrupted with bursts of
Aw, at least they're laughing about it. That's good.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I just
sound
have
like
a
good
feeling. I just have a feeling that we're gonna walk into the "Be Prepared" scene from Lion King.
Oh my god.
Oh. I always want to see a marching and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. So, like, how dark is this area that we're in right now?
The area you're in right now, I'd say, is dim because it does have light coming in from somewhere ahead. You can't see exactly where. Like where you are now is dark, but ahead, where it kind of opens out into more of a cavern, there is definitely a light source coming from the left side somewhere.
Okay. I'll have my bow drawn and, like, you know, an arrow notch as we, like, move forward.
Okay. So as you move
say
forward, oh, sorry.
I'm gonna say I'll also we'll try and get to the front of the group so Tanky Boy can do tanky things.
Okay. And in fact, this is probably a good time to get your marching orders.
Aye.
Might be in the middle.
You can no longer hide behind giants because you are now also a giant.
Oh, but still, most of you guys are still taller than her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're the same height as Irilyssa, so now
Yeah.
we are both the shortest.
Yeah.
So we got
Thanks.
Vulwin, then Zagrax, then
Elora.
Elora.
then
Am I taking up the rear?
I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
Tahko, and finally
So
Irilyssa.
Vulwin, Zagrax, Tahko, Elora, Irilyssa. So pretty much straight as the line is on the.
Okie dokie. And then there's one
camera,
other thing
I'm
we need to do. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves for just a second. Need to set up another thing.
Yeah. Talk about that laughing, huh? No, just
Yeah.
start
So,
talking out really loudly, like.
Hope they have some good jokes.
are any of you ready to convert to saloon?
I heard about this demon lord. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty metal. He's good
No.
at butchery, and
Hey,
just gathered
being a
up
butcher is a noble profession.
yeah, that's true. We just
Pretty into this goat ball god.
we just got a bunch of reindeer. It'd be good to have a solid butchery skills to.
Yeah, you're right.
clean
You
up
know,
for
I think we could find a sponsor for Goat Ball in this fellow, right?
I mean, well,
make the meat
what
snacks
is
for,
the full
goat ball?
moon but a goat ball in the sky?
Goat ball in the sky sounds like some lyrics, right?
Quick, let's talk to a bard about this one.
No, no bards.
True.
The closest one is in East Haven. No bards.
Instead of no capes, no bards.
Okay, I think I'm ready. So as you emerge into this cavern. Crude steps lead down into a frigid 10-foot-high cave filled with a putrid stench. The mostly broken bones of humanoids and animals lay scattered on the icy floor, amid bits of metal and torn strips of leather.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good butcher at all. Alright, we keep going.
What do we
Okay,
see?
so you note from this cavern that the echoing laughter is loudest from directly ahead of you, but immediately to your left is another shaft that seems to lead towards light.
Okay.
Which way are you
Where the
going?
laughter's coming from? Towards the laughter.
Towards the
I don't
laughter.
suppose you have
Yeah.
a. Don't
Should we
suppose
be-
you have a map for this, do you?
Oh, I do, but I'm trying to manage things
Do
first.
we have? So
This
the
is-
question is, do we have to?
Go on.
Do we have to pass by that one that has the light, like near us? If we go to the other.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, Vulwin will take a peek down that one as we go by, just to make sure.
Okay.
We're doing the breach check everything real quick. Take a quick glance in.
So you peek out of the other passageway. It's difficult to really make anything out because you see the sheer cliff on the other side, and that's really it. There's like the end of the passageway, space, and then a cliff.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's to the path to the side, right? That there was light coming from?
Yes.
Okay.
And then immediately from ahead of you, the voice is now getting increasingly loud. Vulwin, you stalking at the head of the group, you notice another cavern just ahead, and in it you see the back of what looks like a dog. Slightly curved back, furry, but it does seem to have some kind of like leather harness on. Not like a harness like an animal would have, like light armor type thing.
Oh.
And it seems to be like leaning forwards and seemingly chewing on something. Hasn't noticed you.
Okay.
So, okay.
I'll make a motion to like the rest of the group who's following and be like, right around the corner kind of deal.
Yeah.
Do I only see one?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll just do the one. Yeah, I'm looking at Zagrax. I'm like,
Oh. If we're going, then we're going. So I'll take
I think we can all set up right outside and get
take-
this up.
take lead and start slowly creeping forward.
Okay. In that case, I will move
Make the
you
simultaneous surprise attack.
Because yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
have some initiative to roll in just a second.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about you putting the noisiest character forward.
Hey.
first, but
Hey,
I rolled
hey,
good on my
we're-
stealth.
We're not leaving any tracks here. Oh boy, I can't see anything.
I can't
Well,
see
that's true.
anything.
We do have the-
It's
I
in
don't
the
think it's
bottom
this
left.
dim of light.
Elora right next to me.
Oh, yeah, you
I
guys
can
don't have
see
any vision.
all.
Why can't you see that? Damn it, that's annoying. Sorry,
I
bear with
agree.
me. I
Oh my
thought
God.
I had the light set up here.
I forgot
Yeah.
about Elora's icon.
Yeah, I'm really tall
Blonde, stretchy.
and blonde. Yeah.
You can see outside.
Why can't
That was
you
the
see
easiest edit. The first yellow I picked, I was like, yes, perfect.
Emit low light 200 feet. Alright, the other
You
thing
should
I can
do-
try is...
Bubblegum pink next.
Does that do anything?
Yes.
Nope.
Not
I
for
can now
me.
see stuff, but I don't know
I-
why.
I can see out here.
Yeah,
but I
that,
can't
that's right.
see-
That's the source of the light. So the stuff like ahead of you
Oh,
is
okay.
dark.
Okay.
Vulwin,
Okay.
Can you see that as well?
I'm looking in like completely dark, so I can only see like 5 feet around me right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can only see 5 feet as well.
Sounds like the wind's picking up though.
Yeah, the sirens.
Yeah, it's the wind whistling through the chasm. Why the hell is this light system not working? Damn it! Alright, I have another solution. Seeing as this is supposed to be just dim light anyway, Let's copy you. Let's paste you there. Let's give you a much lower radius, say 60. Save. And then
Oh,
plonk
that's a
you
bit
there.
better. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Now, if I do... Huh, how do I change your layer? Huh. So I have access to a dynamic layer, which I can add things to directly. But once I've changed their layer to something else, I can't make them back to being dynamic.
Okay.
Well, it's just going to have to sit there. So there isn't actually a fireball there. That's just my marker to say this is where the light's coming from.
Okay.
I can still only see 5 feet.
It's right
I can
frickin'
see-
next to you.
I
can
know.
I can see a fireball here,
I don't
and
know.
here.
I don't know if it's me, like just my connection to roll 20. Or...
Yeah, try reconnecting, because I am currently looking at what your character can see and you can see.
Okay.
I mean, it is keeping correct with your wisdom score. You really shouldn't be able to see anything around you.
Dear.
So let us know when you reconnect, and I will continue.
Aha! I can see now. Hooray!
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, I would like for you all to please roll initiative. Don't forget to select your character.
Oh,
Is anybody? Yeah, if we're moving up for surprise, is anybody getting in position?
Yeah.
And yes, you can move within that chamber as you wish. Just don't go into the next one.
And where are we punking? Who are we punking?
There's a knoll right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
whoa!
We're gonna move all the way there without, initiative.
You could
Yeah.
probably be like, yeah, like if we're in this
I
cavern,
mean, this
we're
is part of
setting
the
up
surprise,
to.
so I'll allow it because you've got them
Oh,
completely
okay.
by surprise with your
Yeah,
pass
I mean,
without a trace.
Yeah. Honestly, if I shot it from here and like more came out, the surprise would be you guys hiding behind the sides and going donk donk.
Yep.
I like these Sirenscape sound effects because I can hear kind of laughing in the background, so it's kind of nice.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Probably right here or somewhere.
Alright, what can they do? What tricks do they have up their sleeve?
Do they have
Hopefully none.
sleeves?
Hopefully none.
I'm just envisioning them all in like Mad
Do
Max.
they have sleeves?
Okay, so
have a
Irilyssa,
trick.
you are up first in the surprise round.
Oh, eat me.
What are you doing?
I can see just the butt of this one in the middle. I'm gonna aim a guiding bolt right at his butt.
Okay, ping the one again.
I think it's the only one we can see.
Fair.
This one.
Major music change.
Okay, 23.
Hey,
definitely
check for
hits.
it. You do have advantage.
Yes,
You might crit.
sneak attack. That's true.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is.
Wow. Nice.
I love it.
Okay, so yes, 23 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
This is really unnerving.
19.
19.
Wow.
Kapow! So Irilyssa strides forward, bearing the holy symbol of Saloon, and from out of it, this intense burst of silver radiant energy slams into the back of the crouching dog creature, doing immense damage. You can basically see the spine underneath from just the fur you've burnt away, and it looks immediately near death. Just
It's also glowing.
it is
It's
also
still
glowing.
laughing. It's still laughing.
It is still laughing. And in fact, if anything, the laughter seems to have gotten even more intense. It's
Oh no, it's these again.
Uh-oh.
He likes it.
Anything else?
No, that's the end of my turn.
All right, Elora.
Okay, so I have advantage on my next attack.
Absolutely.
She's like, "Ugh, that looks real bad. I'm gonna put it out of its misery and just try to Eldritch Blast it."
Go for it. With advantage. That is
21.
definitely a hit. Roll damage.
7. Force
Bam!
damage.
And with that, the dog creature falls flat on his face, unmoving.
Well, that was fast.
At least it's dead.
Yep. Anything else?
Nope, she's good.
All right, Vulwin.
Okay. That one is dead. I guess I'm gonna pivot around here and see if I can see into the hallway.
Can you... In fact, no, you wouldn't be able to
Oh,
see
yeah.
anything else. Sorry, no, I shouldn't have done that.
Where's the light coming from?
It's coming from over here.
Over here.
Actually, what I
Okay.
should do is that.
Oh. Well,
Okay.
shoot.
Now you can.
Well, I mean, now I can't. Now I can't see anything in the hallway.
Right. Well, you know what?
If that's well, this is sheer darkness over here apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, combat's over. We're good. We killed the only thing that could see us, and the only we'll see them.
No, I can see another thing.
Is that one? Yeah, and that thing's dead, so I guess it's not glowing anymore.
No, it's not glowing
Oh
anymore.
no, it was already consumed. It's already consumed by the shot.
Yes.
Well, I guess that would have been good to know the light was over there.
Well, I did say it
going
came
to-
from the entrance on the left, so...
What's weird is if I shift back, I have like a lot of sight. Okay, I get it now. I guess I'm gonna have to do something to see, because I absolutely can't see that, so I'm gonna have to light.
Hang on, because you should...
Still have enough light.
Vision, I can't see anything past Zagrax now. It's complete darkness. Not even like gray. It's
Give
just.
you light.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, because you'd be able to see something. It's not like pitch blackness.
Yeah, if it's dim light, then that makes sense. I can only see like so far. Okay, I'll shift to the side. I can see the figure of one there, and
Sight.
I'll shoot at it.
Okay, go for it.
With advantage, right?
Yes, still
No.
surprise round.
Oh,
Okay.
surprise round.
Does 16 hit?
16 does indeed hit. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Roll damage.
Longbow. No favorite foe. It's not below max HP. 12 points of damage. Max damage on it.
Kapow.
Wow, nice.
Damn.
So you sight along the arrow, you loose, slamming the arrow into the creature's lower back, and it curves his back in pain, and then... and the dog-like face turns and looks at you. Still cackling.
Is surprise round, is that considered like a normal attack round action? Because now that I'm level 5, I can attack twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, the surprise round is you get a full move,
Oh.
full action.
Oh, okay. Then as it turns around, I'll shoot at it again.
Go for it.
Nice.
Still with advantage since surprise round?
Yeah.
22.
Pretty sure that hits.
Yeah. And it is below max HP, and so I'll do 15 points of damage.
Jeez.
And you put that one out of its misery as well, slamming a arrow just above the bridge of the nose into actually the hard bone of the forehead, but the power of your shot just goes straight through.
I am done.
All right, Zagrax.
Cool. I will just say that my everything is slow and laggy, so bear with me as I...
Yeah, I saw that quantum roll, which runs like the stuff, the rolls and stuff, is partially down.
Ooh,
Ah.
that's no good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the only one I think affected by it, but it sucks
But
nonetheless.
it's just slow, so I'll just go 5, and then 10 off to the side and bonk this guy first with my bonus action shield bash
Go for it.
with advantage.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, that hits.
24. Oh, max damage. 10 bludgeoning damage with that.
Wow.
Dang.
If these things laugh all the same, whether they're alive or dying, they may never even realize they're getting attacked.
Don't care.
Yeesh.
You, no, they have a deeply nuanced language. Every laugh is actually communication.
Yeah. And then I guess I'll Warhammer him now.
Go for it. Yep,
19.
that hits.
For 9 damage.
9 damage. It's still up, but it is looking rather badly mauled at this point, as he basically
Cool.
slammed into your shield and then followed up immediately with the momentum of your Warhammer, which you could feel like caving in portion of its skull.
But it
Well-
thinks it's hilarious.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Go for it.
26.
Yep, that hits.
8 damage.
And with that, this one also falls silent.
Wow.
Bam, bam, bam.
Prize round.
Yeah.
I notice a lack of yips more than any
And then I think that I actually I'll pivot. So what I was there 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, or yeah, 25.
Okay, so that thing that you're clambering over there is a table of some kind, which I'm going to say is a bit more difficult to move over. So you can do it,
Okay.
it would just be difficult terrain.
Okay, so I still have enough. That'd be my full movement then to get there.
Yeah, so it's a crude stone altar with a mountain goat's bloody head resting atop of it. And the floor of this room is littered with gnawed animal bones.
That ain't go ball.
Well, actually, if it's a table, I'll just stand over this guy's corpse if that's possible.
Yeah, okay. Done.
Makes things easier. And then that is it.
Tahko.
All right, I'm heading in. 5, 10.
Could you scoot the
oh.
map down for Twitch?
15.
Up, I think.
Yeah, done.
20, 25, 30. And I will attempt to grab this guy to inflict wounds.
Go for it.
Alright.
Inflict laughing.
Does the 25 hit? I mean, let me roll
Yep.
twice in case I potentially crit.
Yeah, 25. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Alright.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's see. Wounds. Does. Okay. Show spells. No, does that.
Just
I
click
got
on
him.
inflict
I need
wounds.
to. I just need to do the
You just
damage
need to-
now.
Just click the inflict wounds thing on the inflict wounds.
Where's the damage?
Well, you gotta
You
click the
click
inflict wounds on the
inflict
inflict wounds.
wounds. There you
Hey,
I already
perfect.
did the.
No,
the
that's
thing.
another attack.
Yeah.
All right,
okay,
so
okay.
on the
Oh, there it goes.
chat
I got
thing.
it.
Yeah,
It was.
you hit show spell description.
Yeah. I
Okay.
got it.
there you go.
There we go. 14 damage.
14 damage inflicted. So you reach out, touch this creature on the shoulder as it kind of watches you, eyes widening, cackle intensifying as you approach. You just put a hand out, grab him on the shoulder, and this green energy just starts to envelop the creature's side, and the flesh just starts to bubble, pulsating and pustules popping on its surface.
Yay! That's what I do.
Yeah, you do.
Great.
That's my turn.
All right,
I only get one attack.
Irilyssa.
Oh. I'm gonna go 1, 2. Oh, there's a friend.
Yep.
I am going to cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay,
Ah,
roll it.
Wow,
19.
that's crazy.
jeez.
DC 14 wisdom save.
Wow.
That is a 6.
Right, he takes 19 necrotic damage.
Bong!
Wow.
Holy!
So, This ominous bell-ringing sound emanates from the cavern, and this creature, just like eyes fixed on you, still going. Blood starts to spill out from his ears, and he just kind of collapses into a pile, still cackling, until eventually the cackling falls silent.
Well, that went well.
Oh, are we done?
I think so.
Yeah,
Let's go home.
Job's done.
job's done.
Where'd all the cackling go?
There is
I
still
pointed-
cackling, but it comes from this direction now.
Oh,
What are these things? They just laugh forever?
yeah, I don't know. They're kind of weird. They kept laughing even as they were being shot.
They're not laughing
Kind
now.
of- Kind of morbid.
Tahko, give me a wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save.
Oh, this is the mind control save.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You feel deeply uncomfortable in this room. So much so that you feel like you need to leave now.
Okay, I leave now.
All right, cool. I'm gonna walk in to get my arrows. Oh, hey, Tahko, what are you doing?
I'm getting out of here.
Tahko
wait,
basically
where are you
just throws you aside as he tries to get out.
Ah,
Yeah.
what the hell?
What's wrong?
Oh, no, there's something in that room.
Yeah, a bunch of dead laughing dogs. And I'm gonna go pick up my arrows.
And
Or that I
Zagrax.
can recover.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Roll 2d6s.
1 and 5.
You get one back.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this room.
Other than the
I see.
bloodied goat head just kind of sitting on it with various symbols like drawn around him, and the whole room just being covered in bones. So yeah, nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it really.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like this room. Elora immediately turns around.
Yeah. Is there any sign of inside that room of any like farmers stuff, or is it just such a mess in there that there's?
Give me an investigation check.
Hiya! Hey!
Wow, not bad
Decent
for you.
roll.
Well, he doesn't get a negative to roll, so.
Yes.
So
Not that one.
there's no like equipment in here. This is purely bones. Most
Okay.
of them broken in the same way of the bone that Tahko found earlier, where it's like cracked open at one end and then all the marrow sucked out. And just like the bones that were found previously, these are completely licked clean. They're just white. Well, off
Okay.
Um,
Okie doke.
you do remember
Mm.
seeing scraps of metal and cloth in the previous cabin, though, amongst the detritus.
Okay. Then shall head out of here then, since there is not much of anything other than leftover foodstuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some faint cackling down from that direction.
I'm sure it's more of those things. But I guess we should go.
Let's go slaughter them all.
I'm with you there.
Tahko, something does catch your eye as you walk through this. You see that there is like a little pile of bones and things in one corner, but it does seem to have several scraps of cloth under the bones as well.
Okay. I'll pick up the cloth and have a look at it.
Okay, so you find a small pouch which contains 4 gold pieces,
Wow.
14 silver, and 21 copper.
Ooh. Get ready to give me that amount again.
Yeah, I will.
Ouch. Okay, I'm ready.
4 gold,
4 gold. All right.
14 silver, 21 copper.
21 copper?
Yep.
All right.
And can you roll me a D100?
Oh, okay. D100.
Getting 2.
Oh my.
You also find a small wooden figurine of a yawning walrus painted red and black.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ah, yes, the god of the
You said-
yawning walrus.
You said wooden, right?
Yes.
Splish.
Why would a walrus be red and black? All right, whatever.
Why not? Paint? Maybe they only had 2 paint options?
All right. Well, that's cute.
I don't know why the sound has stopped. There should be something playing. Maybe I just have it so quiet. Nope, there's nothing
they're-
coming out.
I can't hear anything either.
They're ready to ambush us.
They stop
Like,
laughing
"Shh."
too.
Everybody quit laughing.
Weird.
They're just like, no, you stop.
So it looks like that one of the soundtracks is just missing because there's also Cave Mouth, which is just nothing.
My-
So we're back on the chasm.
My Sirenscape just died.
Oh,
Like,
dear.
forcibly died.
Oh, well,
Oh,
you should
that's fun.
restart it.
That was weird.
Oh no, there's a faint noise.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
there is. I'm just playing the chasm sound instead of the cave
Yeah.
sound.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Ah, yes, the difference between them is quite astonishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, one has cackling, the other one doesn't.
Well, I guess.
Should we should head this way then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find out the rest of them.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. What do I see?
All right,
Well,
so
lights
you
in here.
head out there. Yeah, this is where things get
Woo!
notably more complicated.
That guy got me. It came out of nowhere.
Right?
So because I wasn't getting any null sounds, I just clicked on male null 1 outside sound effect and just have that playing.
Thank
Null. What is this null you're mentioning?
I
I've
don't
never
know.
heard this term before.
you.
What?
Dogs.
30 feet below the surface, a shelf of rock surrounds the chasm's gaping maw, its cracked sides riddled with caves and festooned with sharp rocks. Further down into the chasm, you see dead gnolls impaled on some of these fang-like protrusions. Manic laughter echoes through the chasm as you look around, the sound ricocheting off the walls that make its origin impossible to pinpoint.
So they have just yeeted themselves off the cliff. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, crazy cultists be crazy.
Yeah, doesn't look very stable out here. Trying to figure out what I'm looking at here on this map.
Yeah, so
is it safe
basically
to
what this
move
is
out?
is the layer that you're on right now is 1, so just kind of bear in mind what that looks like. And then there's a layer below that, which is this slightly
see it,
darker one, and then you
yeah.
have the bottom one, which is
Ah.
this. And generally the layers go all the way around the chasm, but there is going to be some creative climbing required to move around.
You know, just
Okay.
ready your bows and kill anything that moves.
Well, yeah, so it's safe to step out into this chasm here. That's the same
Yes,
height.
Yeah, it is. So where you are
Alright,
now is 1 height, and then the floor below you is about 70 feet down.
So if I do this, I'm not falling 70 feet.
No, that's fine.
Okay, good. It's just that there's that bridge right there, that gap on the map, and I'm like, I don't want to jump 70 feet by accident.
This is the 70 feet bit.
Cool. All right, cool.
And this
I'll
is
walk out here,
130 below that.
and I'll see what I can see
Man.
around.
I
Um,
really
see a lot of
wish I had-
lights.
I really wish I had feather fall, because there's been a few times when I've just beefed it falling, and this looks like, oh, what, ice shelves? Ah, that
Yeah.
sounds great. Oh,
Right.
man.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I
we'll
should
get
say
it.
that this all counts as difficult terrain as soon as you go outside.
Okay,
Yeah, that sounds
then,
great.
then I have moved over in this general direction here. I'll position myself a little better.
Yoo-hoo.
All good. We are out of order, so
Yeah.
What do you wanna
All right.
do?
I don't know how easily this is going to be to traverse, but we can go to the far side.
one thing you do notice, there is a thin tendril of smoke coming out of this entrance. In fact, and also if you can see it out of here.
Okay. Oh, it's wonderful.
It's
Right?
pretty good.
Just randomly, yoo-hoo!
Well, I can't.
Honestly, it's not that the adventurers like couldn't handle it. They just kept giving away their own position by laughing at the dogs.
Right? They just sound.
Oh, that's loud.
They just sound so unintimidating. When they're just like yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo.
Yeah, until they're like all
Sounds like
charging
I'm
at you, like
on like a Disney World ride or something.
Right? Not even a scary one. Just...
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, it looks like over this direction we could get around to the other side. And he points down to like this. Oh, I don't have the ping. He points down like this direction. I can see that like the shelf faintly wraps around. Looks like to the other side of the cavern. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Zagrax is probably the only one that can see it.
the pokey up bit right next to you does kind of block you, but you'd be able to go underneath
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you could like pass underneath these, or if they were like attached to the ground as well, or the shelf.
You know, it will make traversing this place a bloody nightmare if we didn't know. There are overhangs which go above you. We'll just say that.
Awesome.
'Cause I don't
They've
want
got this
going
like
down, up,
human-shaped
down.
hole that you can like go through.
Yeah, so
Oh,
there is a
Okay.
gap. I'll say maybe for like the really narrow ones, like that one would be, it would be more difficult, and I might make you do an acrobatics roll. Very low DC, but yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. We could traverse the ice shelf around here if we need to get to the other side. I don't see anything on this side.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything either. I do have a grappling hook and some rope if we need it at some point.
Yeah,
as well.
Same. Might be a good idea. Just to attach it to the base of this area here or something.
Hmm.
Actually, yeah. We have pittance, right?
Mm-hmm. I have a whole climber's kit, so.
I mean, yeah, if we wanted to traverse this area safely, I suppose you could hammer a pit into the wall, but it's all an ice shelf, so I don't even know that that's going to be so secure.
Yeah. I think we should just go.
He kind of like looks down as like we're seeing it's like a 70-foot drop.
Yeah.
Before I forget,
Yeah, that's a
Tahko,
bit of a drop.
give me a medicine check. This is something I wanted to point out. I want to see if you notice.
Oh. All right.
And if anyone else has medicine, you can roll it. Requires proficiency, though.
20.
I don't think I have proficiency.
I do
Nope.
have proficiency.
23.
Oh shit!
So,
We both have 6 to that.
despite the weird look of these creatures, they do look severely underfed, malnourished.
Okay.
Like really, really badly.
So they really needed those human bones to eat off of. That's good.
Does Tahko say that?
No.
Or is that you? Okay, it's you.
Yeah, I just made a note of it.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
Seems our best option is traversing this side cavern. But I don't know if there's any way we can make it safer.
You tell me. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking with the team. Team.
Well,
Team
I cannot go
team
first.
ice
That sounds
safety?
safe.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we should be
Yeah.
safe about it because I don't think you should fall down there.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we could just tie ourselves together or have Tahko hold on to it.
I will say, because Irilyssa just pointed out to me, you can see that there is, no, at least Irilyssa can see that there is a cage up ahead with something in it.
I was wondering about that. I wasn't going to say anything.
No,
It's
I mean,
just a cage and a figure.
yeah, you're not supposed to know
brought
what it is,
snacks.
because again, it's just added the nameplate for reasons.
Yeah.
But yes, you can see that there is a figure in there. It is a cage with a
Going
humanoid in it.
to Peacefully pretend I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. There's just something over there. I don't know what it is.
Why does it do that? It's so annoying. Turn
It
off
really
the bloody
should.
nameplate.
Yeah.
It really should
Yeah.
default to it being off.
Every time I run Roll20, I have that issue. It's so annoying.
All right. Well, Tahko,
Yeah.
you we could tie this rope around you. You could stay here. We could start traversing the side of this cavern.
Okay.
Um,
I'll be your anchor.
I can go first because I ignore. Speaking metagamely, I ignore difficult terrain due to ice and snow because of my booties.
Yeah, you have special booties, so.
So the climate will help you. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. You can
Your
test the way.
special booty shall guide you.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Let us know.
Special booty.
Yeah, let us know how slippery it.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't
Go
be able
shake
to
those
tell.
booties. See
So,
what
yeah.
you can see.
Seems fine to you. This is about as good gripping ground as you've found so far.
Yoo-hoo!
She's like, it doesn't seem too slippery.
Hoo-hoo-hoo!
She shuffles out a little bit more.
Okay.
Am I taking the climber kit with me and putting pinions in the wall?
I think we were concerned about that because it's an ice shelf.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know how stable any of this is, so maybe we just free run it
Well,
with Tahko as the anchor.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
we were just trying to use rope as a method of not falling to our deaths.
Yeah, here you can we can use my 25-foot rope. Or no, we have further than that.
No, I have 30 feet and 20 feet. 'Cause I don't have 50 feet anymore.
I thought that got mended.
Yeah.
I did mend it.
Who
I
meant? Did you? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I did.
Okay, good. Because 25 felt like it'd be a little short for this cavern.
Yeah.
Oh, then I have 50 feet of rope.
Well, I went outside.
Don't go outside.
I need to.
So
Tahko,
far
are you actually like around the corner.
The going for you at the moment is
Yeah,
fairly
I'll stay
okay. I
across
will
the
say that
fire.
the bridges of ice coming over like form a bit of a head obstacle, so you have to duck under them. But otherwise, going seems fine.
I don't know why you guys are so worried. It's pretty easy.
Well, it doesn't look that bad. It also doesn't look that great.
Am
Yeah,
I
I
supposed
figured
to
out.
have a rope tied to me?
You do.
You do.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
When did
Yeah.
you do that?
When you weren't
Tahko just walked up and was like,
standing
"Whoop."
there. We just like hula hooped it over you.
Hula hooped
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo-hoo! No, I want to play
Yeah.
an old character that's just constantly like, hoo-hoo-hoo!
Yeah.
Don't go too far
Actually,
away.
yeah. I'd say if you stay on the far side, we might be able to use the rope as, excuse me, might be able to use rope as just to cling to the wall. You'll both be bracing it.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Okay.
All right. Let me check this out, and I'll use the rope as like a guide along the wall. Basically, hand on the rope and sticking as close as I can to the wall.
Okay, give me
I'm
an
gonna follow it
acrobatics
down to
check with advantage, because you do have the handrail.
Okay.
Using
Acrobatics
body to carry
advantage. I'll take the 9.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you edge out onto this
Yeah, I got
Cousin.
the handrail.
ground, the shelf, and you can already feel underfoot that it's pretty heavily iced and slippery, but you have this guide rail which Irilyssa had put up, and you use that to shuffle along, and as you get to a particularly thin piece, which is right about there, you feel your foot slipping. You catch yourself just in time. Irilyssa, you have to take some of the weight on the rope as Vulwin unexpectedly puts more weight on it, but you're able to right yourself pretty easily and then get back onto it and continue on around.
Yeah, he like stops for a solid moment, like, watch out for this spot. You can see that he's like caught his breath for a moment. It's like, all right.
Okay.
Can
you
you
move
move
the
the
map?
scoot the map down for Twitch?
You can watch our traversing.
That as well.
Just gonna
Thank you
Do
for
you
the
wanna
reminder.
go, Zagrax, or should I go next?
Woohoo.
I can go.
Okay.
I shall attempt the journey.
All right, acrobatics with advantage.
Yes.
Okay, so making slightly more steady progress than Vulwin had previously, you are able to make your way around to where Vulwin and Irilyssa await you at the far end.
Yeah, keep a little space between each other at least. As he sees you like walking over, it's like, I don't know how sturdy this ice shelf is.
Yeah.
Alright, Elora will head over.
All right, acrobatics with advantage.
Advantage. Oh.
You barely even
Yay!
need the rope, and in fact, at one point, you kind of lean back and just twang it just to put Irilyssa off balance for a moment. Then you just basically skip over, making it look even easier than Irilyssa did.
Yeah. Like, actually, I don't get what the big deal is anymore. This is fine.
I will remember that.
Okay, Tahko.
Oh no.
Irilyssa will remember this.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to be mean.
I'm gonna say with Tahko coming. Zagrax is actually gonna grab the rope as well, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands are on that rope. They never left.
So, question: with Irilyssa holding one end, where's the other end?
Taco.
I have it.
Okay, so it's not attached to that chasm. That other end is just around your middle at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tied to me.
All right, acrobatics.
So like we have to figure out what to do at this juncture now to get across and secure the other
Time to
side.
pull
Hopefully it's
everybody into the
Taco.
chasm with me.
with
Alright.
advantage.
No, we'll just let go.
With advantage.
Acrobatics with advantage.
Wow.
Oh!
Okay.
Whoa! Taco was strolling by, punches the ice.
So,
Alright, get out of my way,
Tahko,
out of my way.
what you do is, as you get to the first ice bridge above your head, you just grab it with a hand and just yank it down, and then use that as like just a quarterstaff in front of you, just to like give yourself more stability, and you make it through with this oversized icicle just fine.
Good.
Jeez.
It's a very Tahko thing to do.
All right. Okay. We should just head around this corner and let Taco take up this angle now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
So I'm
here I
taking
go.
point.
Then we all like inch around.
Yeah.
I'll just...
I'll move to give Taco space.
Whoop.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
I'm
stop
move
here.
right about here. Yeah.
Okay, so Irilyssa, give me a stealth check. How far away from
Stealth.
Vulwin are you? And how far
Oh, you're
does...
good. You should be good.
How far does Pass Without Trace?
So, Pass Without Trace is affecting the targets as long as I have concentration for an hour, or as long as I have concentration, it lasts for an hour.
Right,
And
but
it's
isn't
I'll
it like
place
an
it
aura?
again.
Isn't it like an aura around?
I
it?
don't
30
believe
feet.
So. Is it 30? No, that's when you
each
initially
creature
do it,
chosen
right?
within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, it's when it's first cast.
So no.
This is for the duration.
Yeah.
Mm,
So it's like within
That's-
30 feet, I choose them, and then for the duration, none of you make tracks. So it could be hard to actually follow you.
Yeah, I always imagined
but,
that was like an aura, so as long as they were around you, it was fine. But
Mhm.
okay, that's fine.
I also imagined it as an aura, but
Yeah.
either way, still good.
What, do you
I'm
want to
glad
make
it's
it like
not.
an aura? Because it is a lot more
Nah.
dramatic. No!
I magically, you're all magically marked, like Hunter's Mark, but you can't be tracked instead of
17.
Hunter's Mark tracking.
17.
Okay.
You get a cool little friendship symbol from Vulwin, and it's just a goat ball symbol.
I mean,
Okay.
I should
You get the
cherish it
goat
to my
ball
dying
stamps. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Irilyssa,
Yeah, everybody put your hands in the middle.
you get to that cave entrance with the smoke, not exactly billowing out, but there's a little tendril of smoke coming out, following along the ceiling and then disappearing into the sky above. And you kind of poke your head around just to see what's there, and you see another of the dog-like creatures. This one bigger, with whiter fur than the previous ones, which were mostly black with brown with black spots. Just kind of hunched over this campfire. It doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Great.
I'm gonna look at Vulwin, and then point in there, and I'm gonna hold up one finger, and then I'm gonna go past it.
Okay. So who's going next?
I think that's me.
Oh.
Okay, so where were you pointing? You're pointing over here?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, what can I see if I move up and take a look? It's a pathway. All right. You have stopped there completely where you're at?
Yep. I moved past the entrance and I stopped.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Yeah, well, he doesn't say anything actually, but he sees the laughing dog.
Well, that one's not laughing.
And-
The cackling seems to be coming from further up the area.
That is deeply disturbing that it's not laughing.
And
Actually,
you
yeah.
also, Vulwin, do notice that there is a metal cage with a humanoid up here
Oh yeah.
in it.
Oh yeah. I'll ignore that. I'm gonna chill out right here next to this area, but I am going to pull out one sword with my hand on the rope still.
Okay.
And I'm going to look back at Zagrax. I'm gonna nod in. Might have to.
Zagrax,
something
give me a
about
stealth check, please.
Elora, keep moving.
With, I believe, disadvantage because of your armor.
And advantage from pass without choice, so
Yeah,
just
so it's
neutral.
plus 10. So it's 23.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, you're right. My bad.
You're
Forgot
fine.
about that.
Stealthy boy.
23.
In fact, I'll be honest, I don't think any of you can actually fail that stealth check.
Hey,
Unless you-
don't rule out nat ones.
Okay, so Elora and Tahko also coming up a bit closer, and that one dog-like creature still kind of hunched over the fire, getting really quite close to it, every now and then kind of pulling back as if its fur starting to get singed, but then just moving in close again, just trying to keep itself warm.
Okay, I'm going to sneak in a little bit to this room then to give clearance for Zagrax and them.
Okay.
See if I can get some vision on this thing, and if it's the only one in this room.
As far as you can tell, it seems to be.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is I'm looking to possibly just sneak up on it, and we can ambush it and take it down immediately.
Similar to how we just did.
Yep.
Painted in blood on the walls of this 8-foot-high cave are pictographs of a towering monster with sharp teeth that wields what looks to be a 3-headed flail. Packs of hyenas feed on the corpses in its wake. A small fire crackles near the south wall, filling the cave with smoke. Cooking above the fire is a small green fish, while behind the fire, leaning against the south wall, is a blood-encrusted spear with a fishing pole.
All right.
And a fishing pole.
Cool. If it hasn't noticed at this point, basically I'm sneaking up behind the dog, and I'm gonna take out my other sword as I'm moving, and I'm probably gonna stab the dog into the fire.
Okay, and then with that, I think we will end for the day.
What?
Just sneaky and just like just
Roll credits.
Wow.
yeah, I really do like the scene. It's hunching over the fish in the fire, and I'm hunching over it in the shadows.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, we're like some monster in the dark for these creatures.
I can't believe how you
Honestly,
that first room, man. Bloody hell. Just
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna-
gone.
Rolled in
I'm not
and
even
just
gonna-
thwack, thwack, and you're dead.
I honestly thought we were about to be a monster, like Monsters in the Chasm again kind of situation, like caves. It turns out to be us. It's like, oh shit.
Right? Oh,
Turns out we were the monsters the whole time.
I mean, we kind of knew that, but
we're gonna miss one because it's sleeping the whole time, so it's not constantly yipping, and then we're gonna leave, and it's gonna be like, what the hell happened?
Right.
All my friends are dead.
Yeah, when I
Like,
first
oh,
saw
I-
this encounter in the book, I was like, how the hell? What? Are they ledges? And what? Huh?
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's confusing. Yeah.
It probably wants us to climb up to the top ledge and then jump to the other side and, have fun with it.
That's the thing. It doesn't actually mention anything about what the hell these things are. Like, are they blocking your path and they just stick out, or are they bridges above? So if you're on that level, you can kind of walk out over the chasm. I have no idea.
I don't know.
They look
About
cool.
The monster you've become along the way. True.
But yes, anyway, this is the end of this session. So chat, if you have any questions for us, then please do let me know. And before we get into that properly, what I was telling the crew during the break, Avian Torrance, I rolled a random encounter and she came up and it's considered a deadly encounter. You then roll a second dice to see if it occurs during a blizzard, and it did. But thankfully I'd already told them that the weather had been calming down. Otherwise they could have met probably the most dangerous creature in Icewind Dale in the middle of a blizzard.
Yay!
Yep. I'm beginning to wonder if all the situations are just TPK situations.
Welcome to Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
Right. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo!
Ugh.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I didn't realize for the longest time what these were initially, and then it became so clear, and I was like, oh my god, I know what these are.
From the initial description, I'm like, Knowles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
knew.
was
they were
like-
they were out of my mind for a while, and I was just like, oh, okay.
I was
That's
trying to
God.
keep it as mysterious as possible, but anyone that's played Baldur's Gate 1 knows what a freaking knoll is.
Yeah.
I'm still just picturing the highness from Lion King.
Right.
I once
Right.
had a setting that had future tech in it, and I had technols off in the desert. That had,
Technos.
they were scavengers that were gathering up the technology and trying to hack it together.
Did they speak?
They laughed a lot.
Oh, okay.
The funny thing is, and I think I can reveal it now, seeing as you're about to attack that knoll, you could totally do this entire encounter diplomatically. It's like one of the most diplomatic ones, potentially.
Shh. Shh. Don't even don't even say that. We don't need that. We don't need chat knowing that. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Why?
This is hilarious. Like this group of gnolls is probably more detail over it and what's going on with them than most of the NPCs in the game.
Why?
This is so
It's
great. What the
silly.
hell?
That's so weird. They're clearly raiders. They're like
Yeah.
monsters.
Mm.
They worship like an evil god, and they're like, no, you can totally just talk to them. They're cool. They're like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Well, it's
mean,
not exactly
to be
you can
fair-
talk to them and
We're
they're
raiders.
cool. You can talk to them and get out of this encounter diplomatically, not necessarily well.
Gotcha.
I suppose all the farmers failed their diplomacy rolls then, except for maybe the two that got away.
Well, I mean,
Oh, man.
because you've basically gotten through the bulk of this already, I'll say, like, this is a tribe that was led here by their leader and is now caught in the middle of the Eternal Winter, like everyone else, and they are not at all suited to Icewind. They're starving.
Nope.
Like,
Yeah,
they become as brutal as they are now. Like, gnolls are pretty bad normally, but they're going to extreme levels of brutality just to try and get food.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they are chaotic evil, right? I don't
I mean, gnolls are pretty well known as being kind of a slash and burn
Aye.
type creature, but like
Yeah.
Big bag
not this
monsters,
level. Like
yeah.
they're resorting to cannibalism because they're that hungry.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
that makes sense.
Honestly, let them. They're awful.
Yeah.
Gnolls are the worst. It's fine.
I mean, honestly, this is mostly just a case of they're killing all the farmers, so it's like maybe not everyone, maybe not.
And I think that Icewind came out just after Volos, and I think Volos has a whole bunch of information about gnolls and like how they're created, so that features into
Yeah.
this pretty heavily. Like the guy that Vulwin is about to murder is basically one of their progenitors.
Stop already.
Nice.
I can see how diplomacy would work for them. I mean, they have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
I was so looking forward to playing one of them just giggling the whole time.
I mean, yeah,
We don't want to talk. We just want them to stop laughing.
Yeah, right.
we know these caves are clear when there's no more laughing. That's pretty bad.
We don't find it very
Man.
funny.
You say,
Yeah,
nope.
Macho. I think World of Warcraft when I think of gnolls and they're silly laughing and they're like haunched running.
Yup.
Huh.
I have a
Yeah,
small
that
note about
sounds
D&D player talks. When you call someone in for a private talk, then it would be good to make it clear so that people in chat don't comment on what's being said. Yeah, I've been kind of wondering how to deal with that. Like, the very first session, I think I just muted it for everyone, so chat couldn't hear either. But I thought, you know what, no, I'd kind of like this to be open to chat. It's just the other players who don't know. So maybe have a splash screen saying, this is a player chat, don't talk about this in chat.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
only-
honestly... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only thing I could think of is somehow like we do the video through Discord or something, and then you can go and filter it and use that as a source kind of stuff and all
Well,
that.
I was going to say I'll just have something
know.
like the Steam break, like it's on screen right now, just saying
Yeah.
private player chat, please do not talk about this in chat
That
Yeah.
for
also
the other players.
If you just have like an image to
Yeah.
overlay, it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
I mean, this time it
I
wasn't
just
so
don't
bad,
look
I
at
just
chat.
wanted to give Tahko info, which his character would know. Kind of similar to
I just-
Irilyssa later.
I just don't read chat during game. I'll read it
Yeah,
afterwards.
but it's a
Yeah.
situation in which post chat, they can ask questions about things that have happened, right? So it's got to be kind of clear that some of that stuff that was individual player knowledge, like to ask that question, and that's when we are actually looking at chat. So it's tough.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
true.
at the same time, we're pretty good as a group of ignoring those kinds of things.
Yeah, this is one of the things I really
That's
like about this
nice.
group. Like, you guys are really, really good about not metagaming. Certain
Yeah.
other groups,
But-
not quite as good.
But Chad, if you're setting on some like juicy spoilers there, that like keep those, like take those. Let us be super surprised when those happen.
Right.
Yeah, they don't need to know I'm secretly worshipping Shar.
Yeah, don't, heck, I don't even think Rard knows, honestly. So
it's that.
Why do you
secret.
think I made my screen name Evil by Moonlight?
I mean, true.
yeah, I knew it.
Wait a minute. So does secretly every single one of your characters were actually worship Shar instead of?
Exactly, you got it.
Makes sense.
That's why Sky Full of Stars couldn't hit anything. She was faking it.
We're like Sky Full of Shars.
I have to say, I'm so proud
Oh.
of that entire storyline with you having the fight. Well, actually, Saloon and Shah having the fight over you.
That was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Enjoyed that.
That is really good storytelling. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, this party's interesting. There's stuff going on.
You don't say. I think we have enough going on with like Icewind Dale in general. Like
It
we're
adds that
kept
extra
busy.
layer, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, Faceless, I saw that you got Kingmaker. That's awesome. Kingmaker's good. If you like that type of game, also pick up Baldur's Gate 1, 2, and Icewind Dale. 1. 2 is not as good. It's good. It's alright. The enhanced editions. You
Yeah.
can get the enhanced editions for all of those, and yeah, it's really good.
This- I went to replay the original Icewind Dale. That game is still tough as nails. I won't even talk about like the first encounter. Anytime you play it, like, oh, it does not go well. And yet it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's such a simple thing. It's like this encounter, like right here. It feels like it's just, except everything you do is like not as good. Ugh.
And
Yeah.
also,
Everything you do is not as good.
this is
It's not
second
as good. It's so
edition.
hard.
Second edition D&D rules, so wizards have 2 spells.
yeah.
Cantrips aren't a thing. Like, once you fired those 2, you're done.
Yeah, I'm just
Better
sitting there
pull out your
praying that they
crossbow.
don't get hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
a frail wind could fell a wizard.
And they have D4 hit. Yeah. It's
Yeah, instead of
awful.
D6, yep.
Yeah.
The improvements they made to wizards were needed to help their early game survivability. Like, late game, they're still absolute terrors, but early game, it used to be a slog. It's one of the main reasons I preferred clerics, because they actually had armor.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, even then, their scaling was a bit crazy. I remember having somehow starting a game with full plate and had a shield and was like full defensive and just got destroyed. first combat of the game, second edition, and then just the rest of my party was like, nope, screw that. Our most heavily armored person just got clocked in one. We're gone. Left me there. It was fun times. That's the only second edition I think I ever bothered playing. I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Well, the thing that always got me about second edition was different classes had different experience requirements to level up. So you'd have like a level 3 rogue, and the wizards would still be level 1, even though they have identical experience levels.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
And if wizards wanted to
didn't even
make
realize that.
anything permanent, they had to burn their own experience points to do it. So you actually would use experience points, like permanently getting rid of them, lowering your chance of leveling up to get permanent effects. It was crazy.
That's kind of cool though. As an option.
Kind of not at all.
Yeah, it depends. Like that's the thing. Like the experience system has to be designed around that and around it fluidly. Like some room had that. You can burn XP actually to bind artifacts instead of taking corruption.
Yeah.
I apologize, but I'm going to turn the sound off.
Oh
No
please,
more yipping.
please do.
What?
Yeah, no, get rid of that.
I love the dog thing.
It's gone.
Ooh.
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo!
When
You're
Irilyssa-
doing it. Yoo-hoo!
That's a good question, Archibald. I don't know. Obviously, she'd approach an ancient dragon with extreme respect. But I don't know. We'll see if it comes up.
And honestly, like, you saying that you're fangirling around white dragons, having a Taurus is probably one of the ones that you would. Like, she is famous in Candlekeep. Feared, but famous. I just love the like the whole thing. She's like, yeah, she turned up at Candlekeep, ripped the roof off, and just like grabbed the wizards, like, "Hey, don't like what you wrote about me. Change it." Okay, back to work.
Good.
Bye.
And instead it's like, nope, we're going to
Like
write about
that
this.
dress.
People are going to know about this right here.
And then
And what are
Laeral,
they
who was
going to
the
do about it?
Laeral, who was the reader, which is the chief of Candlekeep, like got this new article, made her way all the way to Icewind, and said, "Right, this is what we wrote about you. It's a lot better."
Is she
And then they
still
became
the
pen
chief
pals afterwards.
in this game?
Sorry, what was that?
Is she still the chief in this game?
No, she's the
Okay,
open
okay.
lord of
Yeah, okay.
Waterdeep.
Of Waterdeep. Yeah. Okay. I just wondered if there's like if it was earlier.
Yeah, that's like 100 years ago, 200 years ago.
Yeah,
I think.
she's old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's an elf, so she's been around a while.
Faceless, I don't think I have enough gold to do that.
It's true. You already threw yours. It's less than a white dragons we ran across.
What do you
Yeah,
need
just
to
be like,
recording
hey,
soundscape? No laugh. True.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I
And
feel
yeah,
like for
there
the-
is a difference in bribing hatchlings versus an ancient dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was probably like their first offering, you know.
It was.
It
Yes.
was.
So they were like, heck yeah, they didn't really care.
Because
They're
it
just
did
like,
have a note
"We
saying,
made
okay, this
it."
is the amount of money in their hoard, and what Irilyssa offered them was several orders of magnitude beyond that. It's like, they've got a handful of coppers, and you came and gave them gold. It's that kind of difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they
really
have a
like
real
the-
hoard.
Yeah, I really like they were just like, we finally made it. We finally made it.
Wretch.
That's a good idea, Macho. We'll just give him Zagrax. Give her Zagrax.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I did like the point earlier. Zagrax could have an entire campaign about just his background.
Yeah.
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 I'm kind of wondering how to
Definitely.
fit the whole
Cool.
Zagrax storyline into this one.
Man, you have a big
It,
storyline.
yeah, I
It's
kind
true.
of. Zagrax was the first ever character that I actually went ham on and created an entire backstory and all that.
Mhm.
Granted, he was my arguably first character for D&D ever created.
wow.
So there's a wee bit of backstory in there.
And see, this is why I like you. Dragonborn Paladin as the first character. Thumbs up. Me too.
Wow. Yeah, it wasn't the first character that I played, but
Yeah.
the first character that I created. Yeah.
See, my first character was just a human cleric. And that's actually the origin of the name Mordred. My first character in Baldur's Gate was Mordred.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Cool.
You heard it here.
Mordred the
Yeah.
Powerful. I dropped the powerful part. Sounded too angsty teenager.
More than
Nah.
60.
I mean, it's
The
a very
power's
wizard
implied
name.
at this point.
So if I was playing a
Oh, for
wizard,
sure.
then like saying as Mordred the
Yeah.
Powerful would be perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's so true. The powerful is implied at this point. You're GMing.
There you go. Gain an inspiration.
Oh, thank you, Mordred the powerful. I feel blessed.
And lose it for that fake English accent.
No, that was not English. That was not English.
It sounded like you were trying to do it.
Oh no, I was just being like a smarmy wizard.
English.
Are all smarmy wizards English?
No, I think it's just the English are all smarmy wizards.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh. Gained some and lost some.
First ever character was a dwarf wizard. Nice. I may not have been influenced by Mordred's Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when I was creating my first 5th edition character, I realised that through taking the correct feats, you could get a heavy armour wearing wizard. I was like, yeah, I'm doing that.
What?
Mhm.
Because if you get I think it's a mountain dwarf, they start with medium armour proficiency, and then at level 4 you just take the heavy armour proficiency, which requires medium armour, and boom, heavy armour wizard.
Wow, that'd be amazing. It used to be back in the day that armor would have percentage chance of failing your spells, somatic components.
It's just entirely related to proficiency now.
percentiles.
Yep, that's crazy.
Yeah, as a system, I have a hard time getting behind percentiles. Like, there's a couple rolls where I think it's worthwhile, but like as a whole system for like, you know, every roll, I don't
And
know.
every time you want to cast a spell, 15% chance of just fizzling. Pass.
Yeah, I mean, every 5% is just another tick on a d20. That's the easy thing to remember. So it'd just be like, oh, 50%, I'll roll a d20. If I don't get a 1 through 3, I'm good.
Mhm.
But yeah, not that anyone ever bothered with it anyway. Too dangerous.
Became more of a thing for bards, because you could wear leather, but not studded leather. So if you
Like
wanted that
druids.
extra upgrade, then you get the studded leather, and then you have like a 5% chance of failure.
Yeah, and I think Mithril also took off some of it, so you could have like Mithril chain shirt.
Oh, I just found
Still
a
not,
mithril chain shirt in Solasta.
No, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's really intriguing. The old school designs for tabletop versus like they were more simulationist rather than now it tends to be like more narrative and like simulation light. I think there's something that's a good middle ground, honestly. It's fun to talk about systems for tabletops, though.
My personal thing with rule systems is that if it gets in the way in the fun, just get rid of the rule.
Yep.
Yeah,
That is true.
to a
that is
degree.
Oh,
To a
Like a
degree.
roll.
Yeah.
To a degree, exactly.
It-
But
The big thing is what because I haven't, other than this other group that I'm a part of, is the first time I've done D&D without being a part of this group, and it's just the difference in just people running a game changes how the game is played to dramatically.
It's very
Yeah.
true.
But I think that's the linchpin of D&D. It all depends on who's running it, how their
Yeah.
outlook is. I mean, it determines whether or not that's going to be you can within the same system have intrigue with nobles and
Mhm.
or you could have kick in the door and kill everything that's in there.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
a huge arc between
Yeah.
styles as well.
Classic dungeon delves, if that's what your group is just looking for.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's everything.
There's a lot.
And we're going into the Feywild soon. So there's
ooh,
Or-
I'm
That
excited about
sounds
that.
so cool.
soon.
What? In
Yeah.
Which game?
The new
This one?
module is going to be about the Feywilds.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, we're gonna transition from here to the Feywilds, Tahko.
Wait,
That's gonna
what?
happen.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's on the random encounter table. We just slip into the Feywilds and a whole new campaign
and then we're
starts.
done.
Hey, we got teleported because I touched a ring. Anything's possible.
Yeah, it's like,
It's
hey,
true.
hey guys,
Very
I
true.
don't think we're at Icewind anymore.
And
got
actually,
walked back
if you were
out of
gonna if you were gonna get randomly teleported anywhere, the Feywild is where it would be.
That's probably true, honestly.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why
Yep.
there's so many Fey in just regular mortal realms.
Hmm.
Yeah, just weak points where you can wander
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah, it's not even that hard to get to like Shadowfell. It's always the Feywilds. Cool.
So, do you have
this
any
session
other
was dangerous.
questions for us, chat? Anything else you want to know from the players?
Thank
Having
you.
started to watch a few D&D streams, I feel this is by far the best. Oh, thanks. As a group, you work well together. No one's dominating, and you all give something DM good and explains super well. The stuff chats with map sounds, information is good, story good. For me, Digital Dragons Icewind is by far the best I've come across. Thank you, Macho.
Yeah, thank you.
Aw,
That's really kind
thank
of you.
you.
Yeah. We'll endeavor to do our best.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always hope it's as entertaining for you as it is for us, because we're having fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How mean should I be to Archmel's character?
Hmm.
Oh,
Make things challenging, but don't try to kill people.
Yeah, so that's
For
that's one of
characters. That's my main advice.
that's one of the main takeaways of being a dungeon master. Your job is a referee. It's not
Yeah.
the antagonist. You're there
Yeah.
to help the party form their narrative and to adjudicate their create consequences for their actions.
Yes.
Don't kill them. Just make them feel alive.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just the threat of it. It's not even like you don't even need to have anything actually happen. I've had several campaigns where like there's something super dangerous or super scary, but it's never going to happen. It's just if the players think it is, it changes their entire mindset.
It's true.
Like
Yeah,
an
the best
ancient
encounters.
white dragon showing up.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah,
you're
like
talking
that.
about.
That's horrifying, but it didn't want to kill
Yeah.
us at all.
no, that was super cool. The coolest
Yeah.
thing that we've seen up here.
At the same
those-
time, though,
Literally.
it was one spear throw away from an end of the campaign.
It's true.
Yeah.
And of course this would have been Tahko.
Sure.
This would have been Tahko that killed us all.
Yes.
Maybe.
I don't know that guy. He's not part of.
You know what? Good thing I wasn't spotted. So Tahko would have killed the rest of the party, and I would have just gone on with my life.
Oh, she has a ridiculous passive perception. It's just like, yeah, you've all failed except for Vulwin.
I feel like I only won by like one.
Yeah.
Do it.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, it's true. Some systems I've heard the GM being called like the referee or storyteller. So like it does give good context to it.
He would. He would too much, though. He would just lay in the snow and watch us get slaughtered.
I mean, it's a dragon. I'm not going to say no. There's a lion, and that might be the lion.
That might be it. Yeah.
Hey man, self-preservation takes a priority on many a thing.
Yeah.
And just be like, well, Aura wins. I'm heading down south.
Bye.
Except you can't.
Yeah,
The
right.
passes are closed.
Yeah, it's true. That's the problem.
That's why there's
I
no
think
trade.
I think if anybody can make it through the passes despite them being closed, it would be our ranger friend here.
Yeah.
It's probably still pretty tough. I'd probably just go find another group without a Tahko. I mean, if Taco's the one that threw that like javelin, I'd be like, I just imagine like at that very moment, just like Vulwin just sitting there and just sees the javelin flying and just like looks over. It's like, no,
We're
what have you
done.
done?
I like the idea of throwing the javelin and it just bounces off the dragon scales. The dragon's just like, are you kidding me? Really?
I suspect that would be the reaction, actually.
Yeah. Seriously? You thought that would work?
Irilyssa just like, it was him. You're great.
You're cool. Kill him. It's him. He did it. You want to
He's
talk
got a lot
about the moon?
Well, thank you for that restraint, I suppose. I can never tell what's going to happen.
Yeah.
With Tahko. Yep.
Until you mentioned that really wasn't on my mind, and now I'm terrified. Like,
It's not even just
Yeah.
with Tahko. It's just with Highwind showing
Yep.
restraint.
Every game.
Heavy
Yep.
restraint.
I make some interesting choices at times. It really spices things up, I like to think.
Interesting. Read
just-
bad.
Avian Taurus's breath attack is 16d8.
I could tank it. I could tank it.
Then how did those deer survive?
They
They
did.
did.
Yeah.
Flavor.
They were the ones that were like
Oh.
on the very outside of the breath attack. Like the ones in the middle of it, no, just gone.
No, she just rolled all ones. It was just 16 damage. They lived through it. That's
Yeah.
plausible.
Oh my!
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
just above the
wow.
average of that. Yeah.
That's not even double my hit points. I'd be fine.
Laura's dead.
Yeah, that's just one of her attacks.
And she gets several.
Yeah.
And she
Yep.
gets several. Yep.
What's the weight between breath casting in this game? It used to be.
Depends.
right
Are you
before
dead
rounds.
after the first one?
I meant, well, yeah. I mean, I meant for dragons.
You
So
have
it's a
to roll-
recharge. You basically roll a d6, and if you get a 5 or a 6, she gets it back.
Oh, okay, nice.
That's
Well,
pretty
she
She gets to
standard
do
for
that every
recharge
turn if you're
abilities.
lucky.
Yeah, I
But
really
then-
like that mechanic.
High-level creatures also get legendary actions, which means she attacks after each of your turns.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's to get
Yep.
around
Okay,
action economy. It's a
yeah, she
really
didn't- they
smart
don't wanna make her
system,
too
actually.
easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, like the recharge is so good for like just keeping track of, or sorry, not having to keep track of the fact that like every turn you'd be like, oh, 2 more turns, all right, 1 more turn, 0 more turns. Like
You
don't
just
have to
roll the
keep track
dice.
of that.
Like, do I have it? I don't have it. Okay, we'll do something else.
Yeah, I want to see Zagrax accidentally throw that spear and like some like Rube Goldberg hijinks at the dragon. I want to see that happen. Like trips over Tahko, it gets stuck in like a rope that like just springs and flies out like a trebuchet.
And then just boop.
More like a ballista. Trebuchet wouldn't do that.
Mhm.
It just kills the rider on the back of her.
Oh yeah. I mean, the wizard's super old, so he must be a second edition wizard, which means he doesn't have any hit points.
Yeah, but he's got like 12th level spells.
He's a 22nd level wizard. He has 12 hit points.
Do they really not have hit points?
That's too
Yeah.
true though.
What?
I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, D4s, man, that's not a lot. And if you have a negative con, you're taken away from that. So
Yeah, at
Uh,
max, what is it? 20th level can have like, I don't know, what, 120? Not even 120 hit points. What do we got? If they had like what,
40.
max con,
if you don't count, if they've got
Hold
a
on.
10 con and they roll max hit points, the best they can have
well,
is,
they would have to actually boost their con, right? Oh, are you saying 10 con? Okay, so 0. Yeah, no, that would be
Yeah.
pretty bad.
As a DM, I spent the
I mean-
last 2 sessions with my group basically using an NPC to challenge their plan to address the situation they're facing. Fun to do, and it helps move the story along. Yeah, like if you need to bring in NPCs to do that type of thing, to keep things moving. Danica!
Yeah.
Guide characters are amazing, specifically when they're not like actually typed as like a guide to actually guide them.
Yeah.
I think I've done that with pretty much like every campaign group.
No
at some
character
point.
is ever going to get better than the guide character Mac, though. Like, whenever you ask him a question that I can't answer, it's like, error, memory not found.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Mhm.
such a good get out of jail free. So it's basically they
Yep.
met a robot with memory missing. And whenever they asked something that the robot would know, but I didn't want to tell them, error, memory not found.
Man, that
That's
just
great.
became a continuous thing because I just kept asking questions and that just kept coming up.
Great.
I still got his post-it
was
note on my
great.
computer, actually. Just to remind
Yeah?
myself what the phrase was. Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, that's that.
The Multi-Purpose Artificial Companion Kit, also known as MAC.
That was a fun campaign. And that game, my character was super afraid of water, and we ran across a river that we had to ford. Oh man,
That's one of my favorite just natural encounters. Like, there was nothing... I was going to say there was nothing dangerous about it, but I mean, there was, but the danger was created by your character, and it was
Yeah.
just so good because of it.
Yep.
Like, just,
It
how
just
does
got-
the party cross a river? That was it. And it, like, turned out into an
it-
entire session because of that.
Yep. It wasn't. It escalated in such a way that was like, oh no, but like nobody was in danger. Nobody was actually in danger in that session. Your character was just thought they
Yeah.
were in danger. It was amazing.
anytime a character went underwater, I was like instantly like, "Oh my god, they're dead! No!"
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I think I tried to grab.
panic.
I think I tried to grab the character who fell in, and I rolled terribly, and I fell in too. And it's just we're crossing like a small river, so we can just swim. It's fine.
Extreme panic.
It
I'm
was
just
so good.
remembering- I'm just remembering Zalakai's less than graceful introduction to the party, where she just fell down a waterfall.
I remember that.
Beautiful.
I think
I've
I
been
had a
watching
game
you
once
for a
where-
while. Splat.
I had a game once where everybody started off with damage, and Moonlight's character was unconscious right at the beginning of the game because of a
Beautiful.
major damage roll. Yeah,
Oh,
with a pipe fully impaling them. Remember that?
Oh.
That was fun.
Oh
Sci-fi.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
mean.
yeah. Nothing like a space station getting like partially ripped apart, and then like just having collateral damage and being KO'd by the collateral damage.
Yeah.
Immediately. Wow, that's lovely.
Hey, luckily the cool thing about that system was that if you hit like 0 hit points, you're not dead. You just get a roll on the critical injury table,
Yeah. Yeah,
which
that worked
only
out
very
fine.
very few of those are lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing which I've definitely noticed with Solasta, which I'm not particularly happy about, we'll definitely, I think this is one of the rules that we will need to take a look at, is it's really freaking hard to actually die in this game. Because in Solasta, I've collected a stack of like 20 Revivify scrolls, because it's just expecting you to die. Not a single character has. It's not because I'm playing well, it's because once your character gets KO'd, you basically have 3 rounds in which to revive them, and there are so many spells that can do that, that it just hasn't been a problem. So I think it should be like escalating. So if you succeed the first one, brilliant. But if they're brought back again, then the con save gets higher and higher.
hmm
Yeah, if you
I like
if you
that.
clonk them, if you get clonked really really hard in that game, they can insta die too. But then you just reload. I'm a big scum saver when it comes to video games.
I haven't
too.
even had to do that. I had one battle in particular where my frontline fighter went down. It must have been 20 times. Because as soon as it was the cleric's turn, I just go, okay, spare from death. And then the enemy would clonk him again. He'd get up, spare the dying. And he never died because he never got those death saves. So
Nice.
like KO'd, up, KO'd, up, KO'd, up, KO'd, up, KO'd, up. And he just tanked like 100 damage just doing that. And because spare the dying is a cantrip, it doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sounds like a good method.
Removes the danger though. Unless the cleric dies, in which case, yeah, you are screwed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why you always go after the cleric first.
And that's why you have 2 clerics.
One who
Just get
heals
2 of
and one who does whatever the hell Tahko does.
One heals and one definitely doesn't.
Hey, he has.
Yeah.
Not very
On,
often.
on rare occasion, but yeah.
If you heal
I
off
like
necrotic damage,
The problem with playing a cleric is you always end up being the healing battery. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't the only cleric on here, but I'll help
no,
out when
you
I
just
can.
you just save the heals for when they drop dead, and then you get them up, and then you just bashing everything. That's the best part about clerics.
I
Mm.
don't feel like I've been a healing battery. I've definitely dealt out damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to get shoehorned as a healing battery.
Nah.
That's the big thing.
I will have to
that's
say,
always the risk with the cleric.
I do say that in 5th edition, is they've probably done the best job of not making clerics just the healer. Like the subclasses, the different domains are so varied. And like, yeah, you can specialize as a healer if you go, life domain. But you don't have to. Like if you go sun domain, you're actually more of a DPS character because you have so many good attack spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think cleric is the best all-arounder, honestly.
And there are now more characters who can heal. Druids, artificers, bards, hell, even fighters can heal themselves with second wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think the death mechanic goes a
Paladins.
long way to helping that too. Because it's like if you drop down, like in some systems, you go into negative hit points. And if you go negative enough, you're dead. So it like pays to keep you, topped off. And this one's like if you hit 0 hit points, you only need 1 hit point to be stable and back up and going. So you're sort of safe, but not really. You're still in threat, right? If nobody can get to you. But in the meanwhile, it's like you have a little buffer, so you don't have to heal them up the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an
Worst
interesting
was
one.
like The worst was like, oh, I'm in the negatives. I got hit really hard, and you don't want to tell everyone what your hit points are because metagaming. So the cleric comes up and they're like, okay, cure medium wounds. They don't roll great. You're still unconscious because it still hasn't hit your positive hit points yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, okay, I guess I'll lay here and not die, but just rely on everybody else still to succeed.
Yeah.
It's still party wipe.
That's an interesting rule, Tropus. Why my DM maintains death saves over the entirety of a long rest.
Whoa, jeez.
Spooky.
Interesting.
That's a hard mode. Yeah.
I don't even think it's hard mode, though. I mean, how many times have you guys actually gone down to the point? I mean, Tahko that one time, but you got out of it after that situation. Like, if the party had just used you as a hit point pool where you just go up, down, up, down, up, down, it stops that. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. I actually been thinking about this too, so I'll definitely have some discussion afterwards here.
Yeah, because I don't like how it's written at the moment. It hasn't been a problem yet, but as encounters get harder, I think it may well become one. Especially with two clerics.
Okay. I just noticed the rule for massive damage in 5e. We have totally played with that before. I think we technically do.
Oh yeah, massive damage. If you get more than double your hit points, you're dead. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
standard.
I think
I've had a character
we have a
almost
roll to
die
save,
to
right?
that.
Yeah, I think we do like a roll con for save for that, don't we?
No.
Because that's what happens.
If you get more than double your hit points, you are gone.
If
No
you
save.
crash,
Oh,
you're
wow.
You're just dead.
Okay.
You're just
Yeah.
dead.
The problem is you guys have so many hit points. That's really hard to do.
Thankfully.
Yeah, now, but early on it can be dangerous.
We should have just played a group of wizards.
And then the other thing is if enemies keep on attacking you when you're down, that's an automatic crit. So
Ugh.
crit fail.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Yep, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's the
how
rule.
I almost died.
Mordred does not like the fact that it's hard to kill you all. The caves failed him, the tundra failed him. This cannot stand!
Time for a rule change.
Oh no.
To be fair,
I'd-
Tahko just got really lucky with the battle with the mammoth.
I'm not.
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Hey, luck has been a big factor in this campaign so far.
I
I'd like
mean,
to say that our characters
Yeah.
have been skilled enough to make it through, but luck is totally a factor.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Zagrax should have died last session.
Luck and the
Yeah,
blessing
and actually-
of Lathander.
And last session shouldn't have happened because of luck as well. Like the water breaking was me rolling
Yeah.
a 1 to begin with. Yeah, luck plays a big factor.
Mm-hmm.
The drama of the dice, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I love the feat Lucky. So good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Halflings are so good because they just get that, and then if you add lucky on top of it, man, crazy.
Until you roll 3 ones in a row.
Yeah. Then you're
You can just
also
play
a
a divination wizard.
divination wizard, so you can have 4 ones in a row. The odds of that are like 100,000 to 1.
But it had happened. It would happen in a Mord game.
Oh,
One of
Yeah,
us
it
would
would.
roll 3 ones in a row.
Yeah,
Yep.
I can see it.
Thing is, you roll bad as digital dragons, but when Mordred rolls to punish your bad rolls, he rolls just as badly as also a digital dragon.
Yeah. Here comes the character to like take the advantage of us tripping, and then they throw their sword. Like that's classic. They throw their weapon. It's the classic.
I don't need this.
Time to die.
Swan diving off a ledge and face planting is still one of my favourites.
oh, I laughed so.
Oh, that character.
Oh.
That character that I played still like has happy dreams about that. I think.
It was impressive.
And that was another introduction as well, wasn't it?
No.
that was we were just in the caves. It's way past that.
Yeah,
it's just
we were
like I'll
trying
just
to
go
save
down there and
people,
help
and
someone.
we horribly
Woo.
failed at saving those people, except
Oh.
for the little girl.
I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking when Stars swan dived.
Oh,
Face
that's also
planted.
yeah.
Oh, that was a
I
swan
was
dive.
trying to be
too.
cool and be a dragoon, and it did not work.
I mean, there's
But
been
the-
plenty of times when we've just fallen off ledges and died. Heck, in this campaign, how many times has Tahko fallen through and like
A lot.
injured himself? I think
At
3
least
now.
3 times, maybe 4 now.
Maybe.
Like
Yeah,
when you
you
fell through the floor at the Black Cabin, you basically just spent half the session sulking in the
you're just
Yep.
like
valley
sad
underneath.
about it.
yeah, And off a cliff too. That
Yeah.
was
I
Yeah.
It's good that you didn't die, but like,
the best. Yeah, I mean that was pure luck.
Well, it said
Yeah.
specifically in the book, like, they will fall into this big pile of snow at the bottom because it's been snowing heavily. Because it's
Oh,
a
well,
level
that-
1
that's
encounter.
good.
Well, it's actually a level 1
That's
encounter. That
good.
one's a higher one, but yeah. It had other ways of killing you, like the giant fireball of death if you happen to touch the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then triggering it for other people.
Yeah.
That was fun. Speaking of Highwind doing things.
Here are the skulls of your fallen brethren. I will present them to you, leader of the clan that we are trying to impress.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat, as you can see from our descriptions of all of our past games that are not aired anywhere, and based on this game we have right now, we always have a fun time.
yes.
And it's always a case of like, who's the GM? All right, cool. We got to deal with the Highwind maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's
True.
so fun. It really is fun most of the time.
You always have to factor in the Jimbo chaos when you
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yup.
But one
or
thing I will
don't,
say
and
is
just
it never comes across as stupid. Like, there is always an in-character reason for
I
it.
know.
Otherwise, I couldn't
Oh,
stand
yeah.
it. Like, it
Yep.
always narratively makes sense, which I think
Yeah,
it's
it
so
always
great
He
to
just
deal
plays
with.
those
sense.
characters all the time.
you're just like, you're not. Oh my god.
That's why it gets me, because like as a GM, I'm just like, oh no, why is this happening right now? Like, but I understand why this is happening right now.
But oh, it should not be.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, well,
Yeah.
okay then.
Like, what,
Yeah.
even here, like, what, session 1 or 2, you got into a fight with a level 5 Goliath, and Mars just like, how do I not just kill him right off the bat? Because they have a blood feud. They will totally kill each other.
Yeah, we could easily have like multiple streams just talking about the adventures that have
Yeah,
happened.
sure.
Like, jeez,
Or we can just keep having new ones.
True.
I like that.
Yeah,
You're
I think
here.
that's good.
And on that note, we should probably think about wrapping this up. So, chat, do you have any
Oh, yeah.
last-minute questions for us? Otherwise, we will draw things to a close. These things is what makes this better than the others. You'll just work together with those lines. No one's ever pushing or semi trying to dominate. No, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Plus, we have a good balance of different characters and personalities when it comes to characters,
true.
too.
Yeah.
Mhm. This time we chose the murderers. We all chose
Yeah.
murderers.
Which is funny, because our
I am not a
last,
murderer.
our
I
last
have not murdered
campaign,
anyone.
last campaign, we were supposed to be villains.
It's not true.
Luke!
I'm gonna goodbye. See you later.
My goddess forgave me for that, so I don't count it.
Yeah,
My
well,
God
that's
forgave me for my
well,
sin.
that's just your goddess's belief.
Wow.
God forgave me. I don't care.
I mean, that's fair.
And,
on
with that,
that-
chat,
And on that note, we're going to say thank you very much for watching. We do hope you've enjoyed this. We should be back again next week, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
I know that
sounds
there
good
is
to me.
a week coming up at some point where it's going to be difficult for me, but I think next week I'm good. Go on to double check.
Yeah. I
No, next week is in fact the one I can't do. So there is no game next week because I will be away at a wedding.
Okay.
But then the week after we should be good.
Week after
Okay.
is July 4th weekend.
Yeah, week after is July 4th, and I can't. I will be out of town.
Oh.
oh, so
So
it might
shall
have
we-
some extended.
Yeah, should we take a 2-week hiatus then, I guess?
I guess
Oh,
so.
jeez.
Oh,
All right.
jeez.
Fair enough.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
This poor Noel's gonna be waiting like so long to get killed.
If I were gonna end on my God forgives me for murder, but it's just like 2-week hiatus.
Damn it!
Chat, forgive us?
I won't forgive us for that. Mm-mm.
No.
I might be able to do it on the 4th.
Well,
I'll let
see.
you get.
yeah, let us know, but don't like put yourself
Mhm.
out for it because I'm missing next
Yeah,
week
yeah.
as well. So
It's-
real life
Mhm.
happens.
Things happen. It's summer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
hmm
Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have and you're joining us for the first time, or maybe even if this is a very frequent thing. Don't forget to hit that follow button so that you get notifications when we are live. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing or throwing some bits or something our way to help us with stuff going on in the background. If you are really enjoying this, then awesome. Glad to hear that. If you want to catch up on old episodes, they are uploaded on my YouTube, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. They're all there. In the meantime, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in 3 weeks. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you then.